Okay. We are here. Hope everybody's doing great tonight. Good one. Finish getting set up here. Okay. Running, we're good. What's up, Slumber? Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Okay. Welcome, Rockney. How's it going? What's up, Off Grid? Welcome, welcome, guys. Gang's all here. Check and see if there's lint. Okay, there's not there. There might be at the table, though. Got that earlier, but I have not gone to the table. We're doing good. Just living the build life. Been gathering like a machine. Thank you, Ducky. Thank you. I've been grinding materials, farming my rear end off so we can actually build finally. We're not stuck in, I mean, we're forever stuck in the lint grind, but at the same time, like, we at least have a start now. Doesn't mean we can rest on our laurels, though. Like, we gotta keep grinding. The second you think you have enough lint is the day you're doomed. So we're gonna have to keep making trips and stuff during the build, but outside of that, we have an entire chest of burr. We got chests of pretty much everything else, too. Lint's the main struggle. Close to 48.5k. Oh, you're gonna have to spend some on a dog cam redeem. Here, but lurking and gaming. Sounds good, Grim. Hope you're doing good, man. Appreciate the lurkers. No worries. Welcome in, Oozin. How's it going? Gotta keep getting these snake skins, too. Snake scales. This is gonna be the end of me. If I even want to try to use them. Yeah, it does have something good. You want to make that much back? Not with that attitude, you won't. What's up, Cash? Welcome in. Yep, definitely having a good night. Busy, long day. Long day. My 2-year-old has been 2-year-olding all day, but other than that, we're doing good. We're doing good. So much building and farming ahead of me. Yeah, it's never ending, but it's that, like, the early starts of a build, getting caught up and getting going is always such a slow process. Now you're done. Still need that. How many punching kills do I have? Oh, 82. Wait. Oh, charge attack damage. Charge attack damage with this? That's boring. I'm never even gonna unlock this. We're just gonna leave it locked forever. Should probably use a javelin though and get this done. Just because we can. So many gold cards. There you are, Chip. One of those days I woke up with a horrible headache. I felt like garbage. So I was recovering all day. That wasn't very fun, but went away. We feel better now, or at least mostly better. Can't complain. Done finished with your remodel of your house in the upper level. Nice. I wish we finished anything. We are slow going. I might start building a little off stream as well here and there, just as we get going. Try not to do any of the, like, the exciting stuff necessarily, but keep us going on the build since it feels like I have done nothing since the update. I'm feeling behind. Seeing everyone's bases is like, God, I need to get on it. Can't be the mega builder with no mega base. Of 1/2 built mega base. And that brother had a 3-year-old being an Energizer Bunny at church today. Or at church Sunday. But I was a kid once too, yeah. That's the struggle, is you have to remember that we were all kids. But, holy cow, sometimes it is trying. My son's almost 3 too, so. It's just that age, that's what they do. But man, in the moment, his life goal right now is to do the opposite of everything that everyone says. It doesn't matter what it is, he's doing the opposite. What's up, Travis? Welcome in. I don't need that, but I mean, Goopa got a goop. We just try not to go out in public these days. That seems to be the best way to do it. What, dude? I swear, this glitch, there we go. Never ending. Do you know what BCW is? No. I mean, maybe, but off the top of my head, no. Yeah, it's literally the opposite game. I think I Shrunk the Kids game. Yes, this is exactly what it is. Back here. Oh. Welcome in, Robert, by the way. Hope you're doing good. Tiny Pirate made its grounded PvP. I made a new logo for it. Interesting. I haven't seen Tiny Pirate on in a little bit. I need to build up to this thing so we can actually get this one.
I'd rather be on top than below this one.
I know, but I'm never noticed when he's on. Hey, give me that back. Okay. If it doesn't want to let me take my weapon out, I'll punch it to death. What kind of energy I'm on it now. You don't want to mess with me. Yeah, I don't think you can get this from up here either. He was just live? Yeah, I can never watch at this time of night. I'm on dad duty until stream starts. You get 15 minutes to get ready before stream, but before that I'm on duty. Entertainment duty. Keep my wife sane duty.
Take a breath, big guy. Yeah.
Visually blueprinted so much, I'm almost overwhelmed where to start. Yeah, I try to do like a balance. It is.
Got you on the flip side, player.
It is very easy to like over blueprint for sure. As something to think about. Like, it only gets you so far, because it's like visually overwhelming to see it sometimes. You kind of have to like build some and blueprint. I find if I do too much of it, it just is visually overwhelming sometimes. But yeah, I can only watch Tiny Pirate when he streams like earlier in the day, which he doesn't do as much. And I have so many other things I'm doing and watching and paying attention to. And dude, I swear, has anyone noticed this glitch happening more and more recently? Where it takes out your Omni tool and just keeps it out? It was like a thing, but now it feels like a constant thing. It's literally constant. Blueprinting is an outline. Eventually, you have to put pen to paper and make a rough draft. Yeah, exactly. It's nice for little things, but if it gets too big, it's just like you literally can't see anything sometimes. It makes it impossible to see or do anything. Speaking of a two-year-olding, screams of bloody murder for no reason. You know how it goes.
Let's go.
I also noticed, has anyone else noticed the lint only spawns in like when you jump down? Like it lives in limbo, I noticed. You can kind of see there. I don't care about you, Mr. Spider. You mean nothing to me. Lint is everything. Lint is life. Lint is life. You go fight it. Oh, I said you go fight it. I got lint to gather. Also, too much blueprinting makes things lag, too, which kind of sucks. Can't even handle one junior. Come on. What are you doing? It's so bad, yeah. Okay, let's go. One more. Where'd it go? I've noticed, although the scanner doesn't seem to work all that well in terms of telling you when things are respawned or not. Like, it always wants to show you where everything is located, and then when you get close to it, it decides to show you that it's not actually spawned yet, which is annoying. But it's doing a pretty good job of showing you where, like, once you've farmed the resource node, it actually seems to do a pretty good job showing you where it actually is. I've had a much easier time. The first game, it was like, good luck. It was going to be 600 meters off of your wherever you pinged it. Drove me nuts.
Man, I missed Bugsteak.
The lint limbo mechanic makes me wonder how many clay pallets I've sent to the nether waiting for their physics to activate. Good old lint. You never know. You never know. It's kind of nice. At least it's not like bouncing everywhere before I get to it. I have timber in here, so I might as well show him. April 16th, mark the date. Okay. What's happening April 16th? Welcome in Crazy, by the way. Also, welcome in Press. You guys are doing good.
A-Will Drive. Let's go.
What's up, Impasta? How's it going?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the mint trinket. Realized I didn't have that one. It would be nice to go farm Evercharm. It'll be officially 2 years since the first stream you chatted in. Has it been that long? Wow. Have I really been streaming that long? Two years. Holy cow. What's up, Frostbit? Welcome in. You doing good? Amber, could you look more depressed? Get on the bed. Lay down. Get a bone. Relax. Enjoy yourself. It's better in here than it is getting mauled by the 2-year-old, I can promise. It's also colder in here than it is downstairs right now. Build a giant cake? Holy cow. I can barely build a giant base right now. stream streak. I'll make sure to up it to 60K for you there, Ducky. So you have something to work for, you know? Oops. Wouldn't want you to get bored, right? That would be horrible. Can't report me. It's my channel. I can do whatever I want. Giant cake would probably be easier than a giant base. True, it would be. And I'd want to eat it though. I can make you a carrot cake. A carrot cake? Why is everyone and their mom texting me? I think we're pretty good on burr. Pretty good. We got pumpkin, mushroom, lint, pine cone, rust. Snake scales are not looking too incredible, but it's a start. It's a start. We're kind of moving forward at least, right? You know, like little by little. Little by little, I guess. Come on. There we go. Computer's on its own. Computer has its own mind today. I don't know what it's doing. Hello? Thank you. Easy. So. Yeah, I have a mantis sword right here. I realized I had to have a cutty weapon because if you get stuck in webs, you have to have something to cut yourself out. So I keep it around. If I could make it a salty weapon, I would, but of course we don't have salt yet. And I would have all the elements at least. Look at the floor? What? What? What about it? Snake scales are rough because they aren't that easy to collect and there are only 4. Yeah, I as I was saying last night, I really actually enjoy the farming process. No, I've never been able to get them to break, but maybe if you look at the floor, it works. I enjoy the process of farming snake scales. I don't enjoy
piece of handiwork,
the amount of snake scales you get. Is the struggle, really. That's the pain point for me, mostly. Could be worse. But yeah, 4 is not enough. Sadly.
I'd rather be on top than below this one. Got you on the flip side, player.
I have no clue if there's going to be a grounded 3. We got a long ways to go on this one before we get grounded 3, you know? So, I've been thinking through some ideas. Because with the new pieces, it's really easy to place some of the stuff off grid. It's being weird now. That's because there's that stupid thing. That's gonna be interesting. Is it just over here that it wants it to place? There we go. Yeah. Okay. So we'll be able to do it. But I have some ideas of like seeing some of the off-grid stuff people have been doing. Makes me really want to mess with it, but in kind of like a slightly new way that I haven't really done, is like a layering effect. I have some ideas, but it's going to take some work to figure out how I want to do this. It's going to be the hard part. And man, I would frickin' kill for a handy gnat right now. This build would go together so much faster with the handy gnat. When's the base tutorial? We're a long ways off. That's why we stream it, right? I have to count it. Let's see. 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's gonna be a little interesting. I guess we could just go 1 over. Actually, never mind. I don't hate that. Give us a little more room over here to build bigger. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Attempting my first legit great base, going for Japanese garden dojo look. Anyone point me to YouTube videos for inspo? I don't think I have a video of it, but we had a really good base by Alfredo that was a similar style to like a Japanese pagoda dojo garden whole thing. I would highly suggest checking that out. That'd be my first recommendation. That'd be just on the on my channel and the VODs. You can see there's like Tour Tuesday thumbnails, words. The Tour Tuesday thumbnails kind of show you what's being showed that night, so I would suggest that potentially. I feel like that was one of the better ones. We've also, Niles is on one of the videos. He had a really good like Japanese kind of style base. What's up, Chikaka? Check. Yeah, yours is 2, Chikaka. I won't disagree. True. True. Yours was like everything, though. We might overwhelm someone sending them to yours. You know. But Chikaka has a really cool base as well. Somebody's in my inventory. Been looking for a good unintended build mechanics video that covers direct interlacing and partial overlapping. There is not one, but I do plan on making one. If you could be patient. Always the struggle. I have a video concept for how to build off-grid. Which, staying here and watching is a good way to do it, because we'll be doing some of that as well. Oh, no. That is part of my plan for this build. Yeah, the hard part is I have a lot of like the idea for the video, but it's the filming and recording of the whole thing that's been. We couldn't do it until we got the mushroom pillars. They're the key. But submitting suggestions. What do you mean, CMB? What's under submitting? Jeez. Suggestions. Yeah. I'm gonna get my C Dinky on and start showing people how to break the game. Yeah, you said it's under submitted suggestions. I was asking what is the submitted suggestion? Sorry. Were you saying like off-grid building or something? Is that what you're saying? What's up, Tiny Pirate, by the way? You doing good? Good to see you. We'll definitely watch it. I've been bringing the community-based reviews for inspiration in the meantime. Definitely. What happened to the mustache? I shaved it for a job interview. And as of right now, not planning to grow it back right away. Nice change. But bad with names. If you want a rough idea of how it works, I can show you real quick. It's pretty simple. Just lurking around a bit. How goes the building? We're just getting started, finally. Just getting started. It's going good. The idea... I have some ideas, but it's that, like, getting things mentally figured out is always the beginning struggles. But essentially what you want to do, bad with names. So mushroom pillars are the easiest. It works with the foundations as well, but you need a block that allows you to unsnap from grid. So like here you can see. So you can kind of, these are nice because you can raise them up and down really easily. It's a little finicky, but if you use these or the mushroom pillars, sort of the same exact mushroom or pumpkin pillars, it's all the same. And you kind of just rotate them where you want, and then from there you can just build. It's a little simplified, of course, but that is the essentials of building off-grid in this game, is just unsnap either of these items and then place them wherever you want. If you want to build off the ground, the hard part is like these things typically require, the simple version requires some type of in-ground, so like you have to be touching, so like what we have under here, like this, something like this, or it has to be touching like the dirt as the ground or the bricks, whatever the pre-built asset is typically. So that's where these ones, this technique sort of has its limitations and stuff. But you can also instead, another way that works, if you want to like add a wall that's really high up or something, the way that off-grid figured out is that you can build a floor. You could build this at any height, so you can connect this. I guess an even easier way to show it is like this. So if you wanted to start it and you couldn't line it up from the bottom, you can use whatever floor you want, doesn't make any difference. Then you just have to...
Didn't even need instructions.
Guess that one's not a good example because I don't have the material. But if you place the pebble paths down on these, that again, these for some reason interact as sort of like the ground. So you can kind of push these down sometimes. It actually may not have to be built. I haven't messed with this one a whole lot, so I'm not an expert at this one quite yet. I don't know if you have to use blueprints or not. It's a little more finicky. May actually have to build them too. The 7TV emotes work on your chat. I lied about it and said nothing. What? I look younger without it? No, I don't dislike it. I just had to shave it for an interview. Was all. Nothing crazy. Yeah, there you go. So, a little bit difficult, but you can kind of raise and lower, and then this allows you, like, you can rotate it as well. So this allows you to sort of build higher up things, but you have to use the pillars or the...
You've gone soft these last 2 years.
For those, but that allows you to do that. It's a little finicky because you have to start like building some things, so sometimes the supports get a little weird, but it's a simple concept with like an insane amount of potential, so you have to kind of like test it to figure out exactly how it works. But it's pretty simple overall, I think. The Shikaka base is what inspired me. Yeah, I'm just so new to gaming and building. I need it dumbed down for me. Yeah, Shikaka's base is not a new one, for sure. But felt like Impasta's is maybe a little bit more approachable. Not also a very good build, so overwhelming, but Nile's base is also a really good example of one. If you need some inspiration, you can kind of just see all the different styles. A lot of it's just seeing kind of what potential is out there, I think, at the end of the day. Seeing what else. It's hard originally when you're first looking at Grounded to like see all the potential that it has. I think it's one of the hard parts. I reacted on the post for the people that have it. Have what? Sorry. 7 TV the most. Yeah, it was an incredibly formal job, Velocity. Welcome in, by the way. Long time no see. Yeah, very formal position. I mean, even if I get offered the job, I'm not sure if I'm going to take it or not. We'll see, but I thought, you know, you miss every shot you don't take. Can I shout out your submission in the Discord? Change the creature card tab to harmless, neutral, angry, orc, and a new one, boss. You could post the link to it in our Discord if you want people to do it. To go like it and stuff. If that helps. Okay. Counting these right. That is messing you up. I'm reacting to people in the chat, but you can't see it, right? No, I can't see the reactions on my chat. I use StreamerBot, so it doesn't show everything, I don't think. Seven? Wait, that's right. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Ducky. That's what you were saying. Ducky reacted. Yeah. And I said, no, he doesn't have it yet because he was cheating. He was cheating. Gotta be careful of that one. Okay. Get out of here. Pup Cam sleeping with just his lower half on the bed. I know, he's such a doofus. He's such a doofus dog. Heaven forbid spend $100 on a dog bed. And he doesn't even use it. Okay, you need to go.
Let's go! Put your feet up, bud. You earned it.
It's dumb, but I have to say the talk of Ducky's controversial induction into the Master Builders reminds me of the Jedi Order not being sure about Anakin becoming an official Jedi. I know his path is fraught with no one knowing if he should or not be. Definitely feel it. Spent months and days searching for a perfect base spot, eventually decided on the first place I found, making the last months and days of searching meaningless. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. I've been there. It's good to see it all, though, like, at the end of the day. It is good to see it. If you don't search all the spots, you don't know what you're missing out on, you know? And there's nothing worse. How sad would it be to, like, pick a spot and then a month later, after starting your build, find something better? That'd be sad. I'd cry. I was Grounded 2, did not update myself after launch. You like it better than 1? I mean, in terms of where it is, of course 1 is going to be better. I don't like, you can't really say that Grounded 2 is better than Grounded 1 right now because we're still so early. We're still so early in early access. So it's like, it's really hard to compare the two because you have one game that's fully completed, had post 1.0 updates and stuff. So in terms of like detail and polish, The first game is much better, but the second game has exponentially more potential. The combat's way more interesting. The combat's more fun. The mutations, like everything that they currently have feels like it's going to be exponentially better than the first game. It definitely feels like it will get there, but only having one update, there's only so much you can do this early into early access. But I think it'll be way better. Typically like to see as many types of in-game architecture as I can, for the most simple, logical, functional houses to those with in-game PhDs in interior design and everything in between. Yeah, checking out the base tours that we do is definitely the way to go with those. All that. We have seen crazy creative, crazy interesting, small intricate bases. We've seen a lot of really cool stuff. I'll move some of this stuff out of my way. Keep building. Yes, the Orb Weaver does have separation anxiety. It drives me insane.
Didn't even need instructions.
I feel like the Ant's interactions are better for the most part for me. He behaves better. He's also, his hitbox isn't also like 7,000 freaking pixels large. So it makes it way easier for him to not be in your way all the time, whereas the Orb Weaver's massive and it's way too easy to click on him constantly. Even that, I told him to stay and he's still moving around. He's still doing his own thing, as always. The way the sun reflects on mushroom bricks looks really nice. Yeah, I am a really big fan of the new mushroom bricks. At first, I was kind of hesitant just because it's a very new style. They're very rustic looking, but I think in the long run, they're going to look really good with all the other options that we have. They blend in better right now, I think is the main thing.
I need a rock for a sip of water right now.
Whereas in the first game, it really felt like you either built with just mushroom bricks and nothing else, or you hated mushroom bricks.
We could bottle that
There
up.
wasn't a whole lot of it.
Make a killing.
50K for master build is not a lot. I mean, you say that, but we've been streaming for 2 years and there's only 2 people that have it. It's been up like that for a while. Ducky's here every night and it's taken him months. Months and months. But who knows? Welcome in, Vakal. Doing good? Thank you for the Prime sub, Vakal. Welcome in. Appreciate that. Welcome to the crew. You have to tap the points when they pop up for you to collect them. I'm not 100% sure. I think it just kind of like keeps gathering, but don't quote me on that. I don't really interact with points very often myself, so there's not many channels I actually like it. But Ducky's on top of it. He's been collecting them all the time. It's taken him that long. He's like spamming. He's doing everything he can to get points. We also don't really have any extra ways to earn points, is part of it, I think. Okay, how are we gonna do this? So I have some ideas for like layering this, but there's a lot of things running through my head is the hard part. I don't really know quite yet how I want to. Is always the struggle. halfway through. Gonna be a freaking process. This is also gonna be the hard part, is getting these lined up the way I want. It's like these mushroom bricks like go over the line, so it's actually pretty hard to tell exactly how I want these lined up until we do more testing. Ducky does usually buy a dog cam. He stopped. He definitely stopped, but I mean, it was 500 for the dog cam, and then he was getting 450 per stream. That was his complaint. These are not on the same grid. Just be clicking now. I can get it on there. Billy Hog. Really like that little flower looking floor piece you have there. It's a really cool design. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of like the main floor. I'm gonna do a big kind of like cool floor looking like that. I've just been seeing everyone mess with these on stream and stuff has made me really want to like test these out. They also don't use lint. For people that are struggling on the lint grind, they don't use a piece of lint, so you can make a full floor piece like this without wasting lint, which is a huge bonus. And there's so many patterns you can do with it. There's like so many other options that are way more intricate than just this. But with how much burr floor we're gonna have to use on the upper levels of this base in the long run, I definitely like the idea of using these on the lower areas if we can. Mushroom is much cheaper. Yeah, and then we'll do underlighting and stuff as well, which I probably have to think about sooner than later. Without the handy nat and the ghost mode, we're gonna have to place lights beforehand, I think. We'll see. In the first game, you could place them pretty easily underneath, but I don't think we're gonna be able to as easily in this one, because they like widened this a little bit, so it's way harder to see within these pieces. Probably do this though. That's not too bad. Sprigs. Dang, things take too long to load. Definitely had a full chest. Yeah. What's up, Backwoods? Welcome in. Doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. Thinking white, maybe.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
I always really like the white light. That's not the most exciting, but it's just so clean. And then we can highlight other areas with other colors. We have 2 airships now. He's on a roll. Dude, what is happening? Give me the one I'm looking at. Jeez.
Hey, let's go! Yeah. Put your feet up,
I'm
bud.
gonna put you in your house if
You
you don't
earned
stay
it.
away, you stinker. Wait, the floor steals underlight? Steals it? Sure, I copy these so we get the settings right. Change them all. Gonna make our floor a lot cheaper though, I like that. Oh, I missed the handy gnat. So bad. Being able to pull from chests from really far away and stuff. Oh, so nice. Worst part about survival building right here is having to have chests close to you. It's always a pain. Is what it is, but always extra effort. Yeah, the chest distance would be nice. I tend to try not to use any mods though. I very much enjoy building vanilla as possible. Now, when we get custom mode and we get the handy gnat, that changes because I will absolutely use the handy gnat with no hesitation and go to custom mode, but I still gather everything and play survival. It's just having the fly camera makes life so much easier. That's like my #1 thing that I always feel like I need really bad in this game. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Seen people having trouble with getting all the items back when you deconstruct something. Hopefully you can move all the floors somewhere else. You just, from my experiments, don't destroy like this. So if this is supporting 5, do not destroy this. You have to destroy them one by one, and then you get each item back. But if you destroy something and the other ones fall down, the pieces just like clip out of the world for some reason. But I will most likely just be moving these into other locations anyways. No, it'll be fine. And a lot of these are coming back once the lights are placed, of course. It's just easier to place them when they're slightly out of my way. That was at least my first experiment. We messed with it in one of last week's streams. Where I was like, wait a second, I'm not getting all my lint back. And then it was giving different pieces back each time. So it was like, we fairly quickly kind of figured out that the issue was that stuff was falling through the world when you deconstruct like that. But as long as you go one by one, which is annoying because in the first game, that's not how it worked. In the first game, you could destroy an entire building and everything would fall and you could collect it no problem. Let's see. So. And 12. So. Calling this front of this. 2. 6. 6. Sort of the center. Very picky on mods, yeah, but that was one I felt was needed. Yeah, it does make a big difference to be able to have longer chest range. Would be a nice one. The nice thing is, as soon as you get the handy nat, you just stand in the middle of your chest and then you just build, and it's like so much easier. Clover didn't fall through the floor in the first game. It's just a bug. It will get fixed later. Everything falls through the floors right now. Not even just one thing. But especially if you deconstruct multiple blocks at the same time. I noticed it's like, it's always doing it now. That is where it seems to be at its worst. The connected pieces not returning items is super weird to me though. Yeah, that's a glitch. It is returning the items, but something about the way they're falling is making it so they like hit the floor, and then when they explode, they just clip into the ground. So it is returning the items from what I figured out. It's just not. They have a lot of holes in the ground or something is really what it comes down to. It feels like. As we've seen, a lot of random stuff falls through the world right now. Oh crap! We're getting attacked. Run! Save the base. Save the base. Now you can come fight Chip. Yeah, at least from my experimenting with the connected pieces not dropping stuff, is it was dropping different items each time, which was because they were falling in through the ground. If that is similar physics reactions to what's causing dynamite shovel explosions. Yeah, that one's a weird one too. I have mentioned that one to Eric, the community manager. Yeah, you constantly fall through the wall you're on too. Yeah. Something about the ground in Grounded 2 right now.
I can't take this. This brother's feeling it. Hang on, buggy boy.
Oh yeah, let's just throw that one of those in too. Clear everything, then get the earwigs. Still don't have the gold part for those spiders. I do have a glass cannon ability for sure. Mages though, right? I don't even have my trinket on right now. Either. Does even more damage when you have this on. ship. No. Don't do it. Leave me alone for a second. But I mean, the earwigs just do a lot of it, so it doesn't really matter what. I don't like tank builds at all. Yeah, the mage is really fun. Especially because I used it in the first game a lot. I liked using the spicy staff just because I thought it was a fun item to use, but it was never, like, very good. It was just nice having a ranged weapon that didn't require ammo. That's mostly why I liked it. Everyone gets perfect parry. That's the only defense. Yeah, exactly. That's how I've always thought of it. That and with the dodge, it makes it so much better now, too. That's what made it so hard in the first game, is it was, like, nowhere near as much damage at the end of the day, so it was just rough. It was very rough in the beginning. But now that you can use both, like you can dodge and perfect parry, it's like you can get out of danger really quick. Makes it a lot easier. Which part, Ducky?
Now that's correct. Got you on the flip side, player. Woohoo!
Stay. This one piece is off grid. The rest is not. Where is this? We're behind the statue. It's just this little alcove. This is on the same grid. This is on the same grid. This one piece is off grid. We started messing with. No worries, Richard. Welcome in, by the way. I accidentally type in all caps all the time myself, so no worries. Happens. I missed so many lights. Heck, what are we doing? I think we're going to do a lot of off-grid detailing on the outside of this space, hopefully, so it's going to take some serious work. I'm going to have to do a little bit of off-stream designing just to come up with the idea and how I want to lay this whole thing out, but the ideas that I have, I think, are going to be really cool.
Didn't even need instructions.
You know where it is, Ducky. Get out of here. I love how I spent all this lint on this floor and then didn't even actually need it half as much as I used. Make sure we get all these before we keep placing the floors back. See what I said in Discord about the mites using the bridge? Nope. Nope. Might have to build all my floors like this. This is way cheaper than what I was originally planning. Like the way they've so far sectioned off the map is going to make us all pick 3 to 4 locations to build up. I think that's probably the best way to do it in the long run. I always tend to just build one massive base no matter what, though, so. I think it'll be fun as we get one large mega build that I'm really happy with. We will be able to sort of pick off some small base designs as well, and not just have one massive base like I normally do. So we'll have one main base, but then we'll have some like, we'll be able to add in some cool little like smaller base designs that we could work through. Maybe I'll make some videos on those or something in the long run.
Just looking, I promise.
Be a fun little way to do it, maybe. I always love this design though, with these using these mushroom pillars as floors anyway, so saw Hypernog show a cool idea in a short using the hatches as window shutters. I haven't seen them as windows, but we have seen a couple like wall designs. Not a whole lot yet. I think there's a lot of potential with them though, for sure. The hardest part is like figuring out how you utilize them. For a second I thought we found like the coolest tech, where if you placed them, you could open them and then also build over the floor, but it didn't work like that. But they have a lot of potential. You just have to figure out how to like utilize them in their own interesting way. We will see. Where's my other lint, huh? Yeah, when you destroy things, it just doesn't work. See if they go underneath or something. No. Yeah, as long as you destroy things properly like that, it seems to work. If you accidentally destroy anything any other way, it ruins it. You don't get everything back. It's quite sad. And on just doing a large consecutive bridge in the sky to the snack cart to shorten the journey. Yeah. Bridges are so time consuming. Buggies do a pretty good job. One tiny base inside a Coke can in the new area, but I'm only building one big base as well because I prefer my base being by the onboard facility. Yeah, that works pretty well. Yes, before we build more, we need to move. Stuff's just in there. How many times can I move the same sets of chests? Really don't need any of this stuff around, so it's fine. What's up, chap? Welcome in. Kingdom last night had windows with working shutters in the main house using the quarter-size versions. Oh, I didn't even notice, man. Should have pointed that out. There was so much to see. We lost track. Could have spent a month in that base without seeing everything. Yeah, making a pillar floor. Yep. It's the use less lint hack. Highly suggest. Highly recommend. Also just looks so cool with the new piece. New tech, yeah, like, I mean, we've already seen like Luderav and a couple other people using this stuff, so it's not like new tech or anything. I'm not breaking the game or anything, but Definitely looks really nice. And as I said earlier, these only cost 1 burr. So you're kind of hacking the system by not using lint, but still getting a burr floor out of it. I was like, how nice does that look? Oh, good. There's just so many like weird ideas you can do with it too. I'm sure we'll change this around. It may not end up just like this, but having fun messing with it at least. Kind of got to experiment a little bit to figure out what we like, and then we'll, as we test out ideas. A hard time trying to find the location of my mega base. It is. It took me a long time as well. It's the most important decision at the end of the day. So like, don't feel bad not rushing it, taking your time. It's worth the effort of like finding the ultimate spot for your own purposes. I mean, we built, I wouldn't call it a mega base, but we built a large base. Decently large base that was expanding on the outside of the lampposts, and it just wasn't what I was looking for in the long run, I don't think.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr.
And then
Smalls.
getting all the new pieces and stuff made me really want to like rethink how I wanted to like design something. I mean, like, the fact that you can even do this is so freaking cool. Looks so good. Yeah, the awesome floor pattern. We're just seeing all the options. Because you can also start adding in, like, circles and stuff now, too. So you can start using some of these, like, larger curve pieces, and actually you're, like, actually able to fill them in now as well, which makes things really interesting. Not sure if we're going to go quite that far. Don't know yet. So many options. Your farm the burr, we're doing pretty good, honestly. For right now, at least. Lint is more my issue, but that's just it takes so long to respawn. Area you're working with is kind of awkward and hard to work with, but I think it makes it interesting. Yeah, I enjoy part of that is like the challenge of a build too, though. So I mean, like, part of what we have to figure out in this base is how we're going to design this, like, into the base. I have some ideas. I really hope that it, like, lights a wall up. I don't think it provides quite enough light to do anything, but once it's fully enclosed, we'll see. It'll be interesting. But I'm kind of excited, like, we'll be able to build these, like, fins into the front of the design, too, which I think will be pretty interesting. It's just a fun little intricate detail that you wouldn't really ever be able to do otherwise, so that'll be kind of fun. Wish we were able to do circular patterns on walls that weren't just windows. Yeah, you can only really do like triangle, like diamonds essentially, kind of star patterns a little bit. But even that's limited. You never know, if we get more pieces, there's always a chance. You never know quite what they're going to give us and how we're going to be able to use it. Because I'm pretty sure that when they thought this piece was going to be added to the game, I don't think they originally thought of it being used as like an interesting floor pattern and stuff too. So you never know. On top of the statue, but I'm not sure if you can build up there. People have built up there. We've seen a couple bases up at the top. You kind of have to build over it. Like, I don't know if it supports anything itself. I'm not sure if you have to build from the ground up first or if you can actually build on the top of it though. Not sure what kind of like support it offers. Because like this is a great example. Like this has no support at all. So it just, when you're building, for some reason this light just doesn't offer any support. It doesn't care at all. It just acts like it's not even there with build pieces. Definitely takes some finagling while you're testing ideas and stuff. Build chests. Or is almost Wii stem level available now? Yeah, it's honestly, compared to the first game, it's a lot easier to get. And I have like a great spot of it right here too, so I can like every day go get 150 of them or whatever. If I really need it, I can go get a couple over there as well, and there's some more down in this area, so there's a lot. Lint is rough though. But Chap was over here, you have more lint than Burr somehow. It makes no sense. I don't know what sorcery you're using. What has collision? Nice. Welcome in Osmosis, by the way. Welcome in Villain as well. Going any word on getting rounded mushroom walls? I assume, just looking at the picture. Those come out in the spring update. If you look at the roadmap, it says we get half railings, complete mushroom set, complete pumpkin set, new furniture, Everchar grill. And so I would assume by full pumpkin and full mushroom set, that means that we are getting curved walls with those. You never know, but I mean, I would assume since we have them with the other items, that would be full curved pieces. Hopefully we get curved with this too. That would be nice. I'm assuming they needed more time to get the models done, most likely. They're not their main focus right now, I don't think. Get that over there. Dang it. Whoa. These things are so interesting. The hitbox from is so weird. They need to allow us the ability to change the axis enough to use some of the floor pieces as walls. Yeah, that probably is not going to happen, unfortunately, with the way the game's built. The only way they wouldn't allow us to change the access of the floors and the walls the way they have it built out, but they could give us Burr wall pieces. Would be the only way we really get it. From my understanding of how they've modeled this stuff out. That'd be the only way, really. Like 90% farming, 10% building right now. Dude, it is a grind. That's where I've been, though. We're just finally starting to build. Grind was real. Getting enough lint to just get the project started was the hardest part. Skip all of these center ones? Yes, I did. Poo on me. Literally said, don't do that, and then that's exactly what I did. Got excited. I hate lighting. I mean, I love lighting, but I hate it. Yeah. It's so good once you do it. It just takes a lot of effort to get there. Did that one. You can do that. Question is, how many of these did I miss? Couple. Yeah. Make this easier. Must be blind. Where is the teddy bear for lint? It's just... Best thing you can do is just search on the scanner, but it's right here. Can't really see, but it's like in the crate. So there's a bunch there, and then there's more on the gloves over here. Scarecrow ones are an absolute nightmare, but there is like three locations, I think, on the gloves inside the little pumpkin patch, and then, of course, the picnic table is easy to get as well. Gosh dang it. Everything's in the way. I got too ahead of myself.
Didn't even need instructions.
Mushroom and pumpkin foundations, too. I hope so. That'd be cool. Those would be interesting ones. Who knows if that's something we're getting, though. Not sure. That's why Enshrouded will always be the king of freedoms to change axis. Yeah, no other game. But, I mean, that's the perks of having a game built in a custom game engine, too. Like, that's why that works. They started off with the concept. This was never meant to be the building game that it is. Like, it sort of just happened. I think what really happened is the builders, the crew of builders we had in the first game, pushed the game's building so far that the developers finally were like, okay, hold on a second. These guys are nuts. We have to, like, figure out how to do more with what they had. But at that point, this like, the build system that they already had in the game was what it was going to be. It was never going to be more. Unfortunately. Kind of just have pre-made limitations. But that's also why I enjoy grounded building at the same time. I enjoy... Whereas, like, Enshrouded is, like, so much freedom. It's a very daunting, very, very daunting game to build in. Until you get a lot of hours into it. But as soon as you get those hours in, you, like, really want to build cool things, it's ridiculous. Had to build a staircase to get into it. You can jump around fairly easily, though. At least. Make sure I'm building all of these before getting too ahead of myself. Like, exactly that. Is stuck. When I was doing my first ever floor like this in Grounded 1, they still had the ghost gnat, so you could just clip into everything and build these so easily. The new item tracker in the peeper is actually amazing. Thing like...
Just looking, I promise.
Just showing you what you're tracking. Or having, like, multiple things. In terms of being able to track a couple things. Is that what you're saying? Gentleman and a scholar. So actually, it looks like that stuff is spawned, so we should go get that.
Hey, but woo-hoo!
Does it actually show it? How does it show it? I haven't actually used the peeper very much. I just searched on the map. When we suggested brick foundations to the devs, they seemed overly happy and said, yeah, okay, the mushroom foundation makes sense to match walls, etc. I hope so. The pebble ones are fine, but you just run into, like, you don't always want to use pebble. It's such a limiting option.
Just looking, I promise.
Oh. Never noticed it actually showed you. Interesting. That's cool. I mean, I've already memorized where they all are, so it's not like I really need to know at the end of the day. Uh-oh. Spider, come here. I need your inventory. We goofed. Does it show the mini ones, like when you cut it? Oh yeah, it does. That's cool. Now we can see all the ones that clip into the wall that you can't get. Need to finish this thing. Excuse you, sir. Why did you come over here? That's actually really cool. I didn't know it actually showed you everything. Very cool. Still doesn't help that everything explodes into 1,000,000 pieces, but I guess when everything explodes, at least you can find it.
Just looking, I promise.
Oh, it did come through. Interesting. Saw all those pillars together. I wonder if that would make a unique tiled floor pattern if you sink them into the floor. That's what we're doing, right? Isn't that what you're talking about? I've done the tiled floor pattern in the first game too. It's a really nice way to make mushroom floors. You should have to plan because they're extra thick. Because they're tall, I guess is the better way to put it.
Ooh, that's cool.
Well, now I'm going to use that all the time. That makes my life way easier. How did I not notice that before? Comes in handy for pine cone and clay explosions. Yeah, definitely. I don't think... On the inside. Leave it. Don't play with it.
Just looking, I promise.
Get back there without getting stuck. Fly. Okay, got all those. Atom tracker was extremely helpful when the lint was minuscule. Oh yeah, for sure. Luckily that was fixed fairly quick. I'm happy they fixed that one faster than I thought they were going to. Like originally they said that that wasn't going to be fixed until the Playgrounds update, and I was like, are you kidding me? I'm going to lose my mind. But as always, they help us out. Gosh dang it. What's up, Timber? What do you need? Jump. Where's the bounce glitch when I need it? I get so used to having the jump glitch all the time that I like overestimate how far the buggies can jump. Welcome in, Marco. You're doing good. I need see-through's macro to click E 1,000,000 times faster. No. Also, building out around these things helps as well. I haven't had time to actually finish everything that I'm building, but I typically try to build a box around these types of things so they don't fly everywhere all the time.
Just looking, I promise.
One we missed, right? Yeah. better than normal. Sometimes they explode way worse than other times. What's up, Timber? Goal is to finish your base in creative by the end of the week. For the weekend, I can start building it in survival. I never have the patience to pre-plan my builds in creative. It's a very nice feature. Thank you for letting me know that was an option now.
I'd rather be on
They don't do a
top
very
than
good job
below
of
this
telling
one.
you that that's how that works. So I never, like, assume to even try it while I'm looking at stuff. I'm just using it for bugs. Should slowly add the jump glitch as a buggy mutation and call it the moon buggy to honor its existence in the community grounded. Yeah. Pretty sure Jade was talking about that. He's like, yeah, they should just make this a feature. It's so nice. It does kind of like defeat the purpose of a lot of the parkour, but there's also so much parkour that it's not all that broken.
Take a breath, big guy.
But I would
Too
not
damn cold for
complain
riding out here.
about having it. Show me where that lint is, too.
Just looking, I promise.
Pretty sure this isn't like a dead person's body or something, but it's this way. Let's guarantee they'll make it an earnable feature. Wouldn't guarantee anything. I have a feeling we're just gonna get buggies that do more stuff like that, and less so a glitch. Yeah, one of the dead persons, that's what I thought. Yeah, where'd you go?
Woo! Let's go!
Hard part is I can't remember if I got that lint or not from the body. I think people were saying that it still shows up even after you collect it. Lovely. Need to fix the glitch with the buggies and multiplayer. I haven't actually played multiplayer, so I have no clue what they do. Oh yeah, this is gonna look great. Yeah. Oh, this lint. We're set. Cone, welcome in. Glad you caught the stream. Think you're gonna go read. If you ever have time to read, highly recommended Dungeon Crawler. Dungeon Crawler Carl. Interesting. I have not heard of that one. I'm always listening to audiobooks though, so always love hearing about new interesting books. I don't read books themselves. I never have time to sit down and actually read, but I listen to a lot of audiobooks. My wife just got into reading. She did a lot of audiobooks, but she started reading more often now, and it's like she's a complete bookworm. It's hilarious. Just out of nowhere, she's like absolutely obsessed. Wait a second. How do we want to do this? People you play with lose their buggies all the time. Only the host keeps them when you DC or crash. Oh, that's unfortunate. From my experience, that's why I don't play multiplayer too, though.
We could bottle that up and make
I played
it
one multiplayer world, but I very quickly lost my appetite for it. Jump. See it. Okay, so this should go. Okay, so that'll be that pattern, and this actually needs to go to 2. Friend loves DCC. Nice. Audiobooks are apparently extremely highly rated. The guy that does the voices is amazing. That's the one
Didn't
thing
even
with
need
audiobooks
instructions.
for me. It's like the voice actor or voice actors, like however they're doing it, has to be really good because it is very easy to absolutely hate. There are books that I liked, and listening to the voice actor was like, I can't stand this. I'm not listening to that. Be very hit or miss. There's a couple times I've had voice actors where I'm like, nope, I don't care how highly recommended this is. I can't stand that person's voice. What game is this? This is Grounded 2. Currently an early access game. Very fun, though. Very worth a try if you've never played it before. The graphics look good. Yeah, they have a really, really nice art style to it. It's part of the reason I really enjoy it. Really good story-based sort of survival game. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids kind of vibe. My mechanics seem old. Same old inventory type thing and crafting. It's all just kind of an interesting... So it's like, it's based off the idea of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So it has like a 90s nostalgia to it. So a lot of the themes and stuff they're not outdated. It's specifically designed off of 90s nostalgia in many ways. So if you like that sort of nostalgia, you'll really like the game. Have that one. Also is a 90s kid. Part of the reason I love it. Be locked to the charger. You could ride them when they're not in world now. They default back to near spec the host. Interesting. I've played a lot of Enshrouded on stream. A lot of what we do is Grounded specific. It's our main game, but I do have some Enshrouded content as well. Another really fun building early access game. Yeah, born in 86. Yeah, you're in the right spot. I was born in 92, so. Interesting osmosis, interesting. Always a fun one. Okay, so because this was the center block, this one doesn't have a center. Whole plan's changing. Okay, though. Where's my bird? Definitely a struggle with the buggies and stuff. It'd be very interesting. I don't really know how you fix some of those things. '92 as well? Nice. Best year to have ever exist. Also the year this game is set in. Yeah, it's very cool. Absolutely love it. It's a great time to grow up. So close, Ducky. Perfect time for me to reset your points. not smart enough to even know how to do it, Ducky, so don't worry. Okay. Wonder when I'll get a survival crafting game in the reboot universe. Interesting. There definitely feels like the time of survival games these days. Everyone and their mom's making survival crafting type games, so there's a lot of interesting ones on the horizon. If it ever comes out, Under a Rock, it's gotten a lot of hype. I knew I was gonna do this. No Man's Sky will be really interesting. Who knows? Just tried out a sick idea from your triangle floor piece idea, and on my 4th floor I have giant mushrooms surrounding the perimeter that are countersunk into the floor. Nice. Definitely not my idea. Other people have already found this one, but I did use this a lot in the first game. That's not great. There you go. That works. Yeah, my current idea is that we're going to have sort of a main staircase, probably going to look way more epic than this, but something that gets us up here immediately. And then we're going to have like 2 side staircases that get us down each side. I'm not really sure how I want to design these ones out. If they're going to be like just something simple. So I want to build a decent amount of housing and stuff in this area, so I don't want it to be like all staircases. Very quickly with an epic staircase, although it would look cool, it would take up a lot of space. So kind of trying to figure out how to balance that. I'm gonna build all my floors like this. This is so much cheaper than using actual burr floors. So much cheaper. All the resources we're saving. Hypernog does a sick build today. Weaponry armory. Check it out. I didn't actually see his build, but I did see that's what he was working on. We will definitely be building an epic armory at some point in this base. We are a ways away, though. Pretty much going to start with the main floor. Try to see how quickly we can get up into the 2nd floor.
Hey, let's
so we can start building like the crafting area and figure out how we're going to lay that out. And then after we figure out the crafting area and stuff, that'll make it a lot easier. Out of the way. Do a cool floor design, but was too hard to make look good in the pine hill trees. You definitely have to think through. I mean, especially when you're building like this. Like, my plan was not necessarily in the beginning to do it like this, but it just kind of worked out because I had to raise the whole thing up, that it made it really easy to place these in the floor from the get-go, which is really nice. Call her Hypernog, but he's a square base hater. My base is a giant square. I mean, you can make squares look good. No hate on squares. Might need these to be more interesting. I don't know if I like this. Almost should have made this like 3 thick or something. 3 wide, that'd be interesting. This is a nice size though.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
I welcome all bases, all shapes and sizes. Love the floor, looks really, really good. Thank you. Come together. Square bases. See, he hates on him. He encourages depth in angles and details. Oh, I mean, I definitely do too. You just have to, like, if you make a square, I mean, the game sort of pushes you in that direction no matter what. So saying, like, you can't hate squares because that's kind of what the game offers right now. But using, I tend to say, I mean, if you want to see what I like to build, check out my video from Grounded 1, top 10 tips to build better in Grounded. That'll give you a really good idea of the type of builds that I make. Mostly because I had nothing to clip it through. Yeah, that's the hard part, for sure. But you don't want stairs taking up too much space. Have one staircase each side. And incorporate those single space elevators. Yeah, we could do that, yeah. That could be an interesting way to do it. I definitely want to do some elevators on the inside. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to design it, but I mean, there'll be some cool staircases, and then we might use elevators, because this is going to be really tall. This is going to be many, many stories tall. Like, my plan, I don't know how high, but I mean, I want this thing to be Empire State Building type height when we're done with it. So we'll have a full bug museum, a full multi-level armory. We'll have all sorts of stuff in here. Living spaces, crafting spaces, storage spaces. Anything and everything I can come up with is going to be in here. And then we'll have sort of a multi-tiered village built on the outside. So kind of using these like natural drops and stuff. So we'll build some streets through. I'm thinking maybe like a marketplace sort of design through this little area. Could be like an under-city sort of thing as well, potentially. Kind of an idea I have for this little area, like an under market sort of area where we could do some like sketchy underworld type things, because then you kind of have like multi-tier little areas up here and then pathways that go underneath. Because we have a lot of verticality to work with in this area, since we have these big walls and stuff. Never thought to build in that area. It just kind of came to me randomly. We were just running around, and I had kind of almost committed to another spot because I wanted to build a really tall tower was the main focus. And then I found this, and I was like, this is the perfect platform to build a tall tower and then build a city kind of around in all this space. And then we'll build the city out this way as well. We might build up into those things. I don't know. Long ways to go before we get to that, but sort of the current goal. Give me your gold card. Where are you going? This dude's all over the place. There we go. Nope, no luck.
Some first-class barbecue right here.
Without the bonuses, it would take 4 hours to get 50k, but you're only going to be streaming for 2 hours and 19 minutes-ish. What? You need 2 more hours? Well, if you get it Friday, you get it Friday, man. That's the point, right? You get it eventually, and then it doesn't go anywhere. Uh-oh. Can't get back now. Buggy, come here. Can't jump that high anymore. I'd have to build a bounce web elevator just to get up this stupid thing.
Put your feet up, bud. You earned it.
Map shows algae on the left side of the map, but I can't find it. I think someone had mentioned that that's not actually there, if I'm not mistaken. It's like over here somewhere or something. Someone said it was a troll. If I'm not mistaken. Just like a lot of space, need a giant square, and I also built a castle on a grounded one, so I wanted more of a production storage facility this time. Yeah, my bases always start with a massive storage production area, so my current goal is, I think we're going to kind of go into the base. We're going to have like a 2-story atrium type space that incorporates this big light in it in a kind of interesting way as we figure out how we design this thing. Not 100% sure how that's going to work out yet, but this will be sort of incorporated into it, so there might be some like big sort of wrapped staircases that sort of come off these like back walls, or maybe they might go through the middle and then go out each way, kind of however I can come up with the best way to make it look. And then that'll be probably to the top of this for the first 2 stories, so it'll just be kind of like a nice cool looking area. And then on top of that, we'll have a crafting area and storage area that we'll build out, that I'll probably copy off of. Will be a copy necessarily, but I'll probably lay it out pretty similarly to a different base that I made in Grounded 1. Is sort of the plan. But yeah, I will have... My goal is always to have a big enough space that I have one chest, enough room for one chest for every single item in the game, is typically how I like doing it. Shame. I made a bug museum. Yeah, I'll make a bug museum, armory, I'll make an art museum in this as well. Those will be like the way up top, and those might be 2 floors as well too. Sort of how we figure out those things. Lots of ideas running through my head. Kind of have a museum, but I like to call it the Great Hall. Yeah, very nice. Market where you can buy glow shrooms. Exactly, Alfredo, exactly. Some of the most studied real-life buildings are squares. Granted, those squares have ancient accents and facades. Yeah, I mean, you can use squares, but yeah, I tend to think like adding depth to them is the way you get around some of that. So don't use just one wall. Try to use 2 separate walls to add depth is a good way to do it, but a square is a square. Still can look good. You get it on Friday because of Stream Streak. Yeah, so you're set. You and that aphid just made an organic shooting gallery. Dude, that thing was hauling. There's a pipe entrance. I'm guessing probably in there, right? That's the only pipe I know of over here, right? Assuming it's probably in that if they're there. Yeah, outside of that, the algae is in the pipe here, and there's a bunch when you go inside this wall as well. Those are about the only spots for it currently. Said it was a troll, but I was blind. It is there. Yeah, chap, you son of a gun. How do you know where I can find black ants? They are all over this area. But typically, best way to search for something specific is just like look for the parts. So this isn't everything, but they're literally all over the garden. There's black ant hill here. So if you go in this ant hill, it'll be red ants, and then as you transition over here, there'll be black ants. But yeah, they're all over the whole garden. Not really over here, but they're all over these areas. What's up, Sirius? How's it going? Doing good. We're just building out some floor ideas and messing around right now. Figuring out design, starting the layout finally. Thinking through how I want to do all this interior and exterior design stuff. Lots to do though. Lots to do. But it's good. We're getting going. Yeah, go in the broken pipe by the trash. Yep. Directly. Is Friday going to be a Voodoo Ranger stream? It could be. I don't have any Voodoo Rangers, but I do have a bunch of boneyards. I do like me a boneyard. We could do a boneyard stream. Can't copy him exactly, you know. That means Arc Raiders? No, just drinking stream, I think is what he's saying. It's an anthill that runs under that wall. The western entrance is near the playing cards. Yeah. I think I caught up. I missed a bunch of messages while I was blabbering. chatting too much. Streamers that interact with their chats, how losers. Wait a second. Is that centered? 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, that is. That was centered on the outside, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Draw a line north of statue in the picnic table, croquet court. But yeah, typically whenever you're looking for resources, just use this. It makes it so much easier. It shows you exactly where everything is. And we figured out tonight that if you use the peeper, I didn't actually realize that it highlighted the materials. I thought it was just tracking them because that's what's on the map. But if you're struggling to actually find them, once you're close enough, just make sure you're tracking it on the map with the search function, and then it shows up in the peeper as well. So it'll literally highlight the thing you're searching. So if there's an ant through a wall, to a certain extent, it'll show you exactly where they are. Let's see. Appreciate everyone helping each other out as well.
Didn't even need instructions.
Always appreciate the help. Yeah, but for those wondering, typically I do stream on Thursday nights, but I have to take tomorrow off, so we will be doing a Friday stream this week as well, where we will be continuing working on this build. Which should be fun. We have a handful of people that can't always make it on weeknights as well, so that'll be really fun. Welcome in, Pancake. Doing good. That is a way to build it? What do you mean? A floor? By the way, did you see my wall corner mesh tech? I don't know. In Discord? Was it in Discord, Rock Me? We have to post it again. I saw an interesting wall posted today. Been working on every wall type. Oh, post it again or link it to me, so I must have missed it. Or just DM it to me, that works too. It's very easy for me to miss a handful of messages on Discord. When everyone starts getting ideas going, the chat fills up really fast. Had an idea for an Eiffel Tower right above the large lab opening in the greenhouse. Gave up on it because of height constraints, but after seeing the elevators last night, I decided to just make it a shorty Eiffel Tower. That'll be really cool, dude. Yeah, I'm hoping to use... I mean, I'll have some stairs for functional reasons, but I think as we get up this tower, I think we will be using some of Felix's ideas for, like, the mini elevators. Those were really nice. They just were so much more concise than normal ones. Not that it was like, it wasn't anything like super new necessarily, but it was just done in a way that was like, oh, this just looks so much better. They're not these just big, clunky, ugly things. It immediately made me love the way they looked. Okay, this is the third time we're moving these chests tonight. Keeping track. Actually, let's run this lint too. Forgot we had that going. Always be processing. Working on every wall type. Yeah. Made the pine tree fortress and working on trying to make it not look so plain, but it is painful work. Yeah, it definitely takes... The devil in this game, the devil's in the detail. It's really easy to kind of take a first glance at the building in this game, and it looks very simple. It doesn't immediately lead you to how much potential there is. Like, I don't think many people can see the potential right off the bat. It's very easy to overlook how good it is, but it really does. It has a lot of potential when you put enough time and effort into a build. But a lot of it's like checking out the base tours we do and stuff and just seeing all the possibilities makes a huge difference. New tech? Yeah, his Felix last night, if you haven't seen the Tour Tuesday video from stream from last night, Felix made these just really, really well done. It's the same, like, you build them the same way. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's like new tech necessarily, but it was just done in a way that was just so much cleaner than most bounce web elevators ever are. They just look so big and clunky typically. And the way he built them was just like a single wide bounce web elevator. So it's not too wide. You're not using these big walls to do it. They were really, really, really well hidden in everything. So they felt like teleporters almost. Compared to the normal, like, clunky nastiness that is bounce web elevators. They were really, really nice. Just send me a DM, thank you. Would have to move things around a lot, so probably easier to make a moving trunk for materials. Yeah. That's typically what I do, but I have so much stuff right now that my life is chaos. Dry grass too early. It's a struggle. Until we get the handy net, it's a struggle. But one I've done before. It's not the end of the world. Shown off in Tour Tuesday, yeah. Exactly where you're building? Very nice. Yeah, it's a really cool spot. Might not have done such a square if they had curved pine walls. Yeah. I am surprised that they haven't added those in yet. I am a little surprised. Can't decide. We'll get them. We'll get them eventually. When is eventually, though? I don't know. Struggles of early access is we have no clue how long we're going to be waiting. Hugo was super thin bounce web. I was hoping that they would add, like, rope elevators. Yeah, you can make it work. Especially, like, if you saw the base last night, you really there's a lot you can do with it, but it takes effort. Definitely. From the way they built the first game, though, it made sense that they weren't really going to change stuff like that a whole lot. Wasn't expecting major changes or anything to those types of things. Have a string thing that goes up and down on it, like a box you can stand on. Yeah, you essentially, with zip lines, you could do that in the first game. You could make like a vertical zip line, but the bounce webs just were so much faster. Once you get them built, they're really nice. They're just kind of a pain in the beginning to get built. But it essentially was like a rope elevator if you got it set up right. To check that out, making a mage tower and want to make a discrete elevator. Yeah, that's 100% the one you want to check out for that. It was so clean. Best bounce web elevators I've seen to date. And it's the same technique. They were built really, really precisely and really well. Can't do the curved walls unless I do them inside. Will probably be a placement for my acorn steps. Yeah. Pine lets more light through eventually. Yeah, it's hard to say how if they're gonna do anything with that. It's always hard to tell what their plans are for some of that kind of stuff. Sir,
A-wheel drive.
go in the corner.
Let's go. Put your feet up, bud.
How do you push blueprints away from you while you're building? You just have to change the axis. It only works with like props and stuff in the way that I'm doing it. But if you, so on PC it's R, but as you can see I'm hitting R to change the axis. So you can rotate with EQ, and then if you change the axis, axis, it allows you to push and pull them a little bit. Which only sort of works depending on how you're looking at it, but makes it easy for when you're looking at things and you can't quite figure out, like, you want to get it on a specific wall.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Small.
It's beautiful, but a pain to indirect light. Yeah. That's the struggle, is indirect lighting in this game is really, really nice. Another way to look at it, again, not trying to plug my content constantly, but my top 10 build tips video shows off a lot of different lighting tips in the first game that work exactly the same in this game. It's a great spot to kind of get ideas from if you're trying to figure out some different things, different ways to design some ideas and stuff. Oh, I have this thing built. 3 ways up soon. Yeah, that's the goal. I want 1 stair going up and then 2 stairs going down, because we have my sap collectors are all around this corner on the tree roots, and then eventually we will build I'm going to build out like a little farming village with these all placed through that crack in the trees there. That'll be like the farming village area too. Whenever we get there. There's a black ant buggy on the roadmap. Will it be tier 2 cutter? I don't know. I feel like the red ant is going to stay a building ant, and I feel like the black and the red ants are going to become more combat or something along the lines. What's up, Joe? Welcome in. Works with walls, floors, and roof. As long as you're not... it works if you're not snap to grid. So you can do it if you're not snap to grid. But if you're snap to grid, then it does nothing. So that's part of what... I don't think a lot of people... There's not many uses where you can use this piece. Little addition. It's sort of a random one that you don't need unless you are doing very specific things. You get how those floorings work now? Yeah, they look so nice. Columns underneath are white. Yeah, you can also use the pumpkin ones too. It takes a little extra planning is the main thing. Because you have to plan to have the mushroom pieces sit down. So you either have to like dedicate a really thick floor to do it. So like if you're doing it on upper floors, which it still looks really cool. So if you have a tall enough space, it does look really nice to use it for like ceilings and for floors, which is potentially what we're going to be doing here, since my tower is going to be super, super tall. By the end of this, we have a ton of verticality to work with, so I might use this design in a lot of different ways to do ceiling lighting and floor lighting and chandeliers and all sorts of stuff. But these open up a lot of cool ideas. For now. I might add in some like more detail here or something too. else I would have way more spinners and grinders, and again I would need more furnaces in that case. More is better. Be hard for you to accomplish it, yeah. It definitely takes a certain level of like pre-planning. It's always tough to like see ideas like this and then go, I want to do that. That's always a little bit of a struggle, unfortunately. But it can happen. So you're gonna build in some legit insulating walls? Yeah, I guess so. Just technically, yeah, that's how you could think of it. I always like to build my walls more than one wall thick, though, too. That's going to be, like, the main concept we do on the outside here. I currently only have this blocked out as, like, actual blocks, but what I think more so what we're going to do, because of what we've already started here, I can already build off-grid really, really easily with how this is laid out. So I think we're going to be messing around with a lot of sort of interesting wall designs and how I'm going to, like, layer the outside of this build. I have a picture in my head of like this tiered tower. I don't really know if I'd call it a castle. It's made out of white brick, so it kind of is gonna have it, but I'm gonna have a lot of different layering to it. So I'm hoping to have like 4 or 5 or 6 walls deep. So you'll start seeing pumpkin details pop out, and you'll have mushroom details and whatever else we can come up with, of course. But there'll be a lot of layers showed in between things. But I want things like this, so where like you'll have like a pumpkin arch sort of showing off in some areas and have some really interesting little designs in it. I have like an image in my head of how I want this thing to look, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of off-stream planning to kind of figure out how I'm doing each depth, because it's complicated in my brain right now. It's gonna take me a while to think the whole thing through. 5 grinders, 7 ovens, and 4 cooking ones. Also trying to take up the diagonal wall gap they have. Yeah. Yeah, usually I end up with like 10 times as much of this stuff. Like we'll have a massive crafting room below a chest, or a chest room, then a crafting room maybe. I don't know how we're going to lay it out yet. I think I have like 20 grinders, 25 spinners, 15 ovens, but you need more spinners. Yeah, I mean, the web fiber right now, is there anything to even use the web fiber for? I also, after seeing these last night, the acorn railings, I want to mess with these a little bit too. These will be interesting. Not sure how I want to use them yet, but have some ideas for those as well to fill in more details. Enshrouded, level depth, and grounded, exactly, Alfredo. Like, the whole winter build competition is, like, completely changed the way I think about building. And it's not as easy to do in grounded, but I really enjoyed building the different angles, the different depth in the walls and stuff. It just it brought me back to my architecture roots, and I was having a ton of fun with it. Some reason can't use acorn railings because they don't seem to fit with anything. They are a little bit difficult. They do take some extra. They're kind of weird, but they also kind of work. I don't know. They're interesting. There's definitely things you can do with them that are cool. Last night, whose base was it? I can't remember. My memory is failing me all the time. Raider, yeah. Raider Loon from last night's stream. If you look at their VOD, they used the acorn pillars really well last night. Or acorn pillars, the acorn railings. Really, really well last night. They were really cool. I'm amazed at how much they let these things just do whatever they want. Except that. Dang it.
I'm straight up turning into Max Jerky.
some reason can't use. Oh, sorry. Gotta run. Friends, have a good night. Sounds good, Cash.
Now
Thanks
that's
for hanging out.
fresh.
We'll be back Friday with more building as well. Maybe what? Where'd that go? My bird. It went into the ground. That's not the one. Dang game stealing my burr. Can't be that complicated to add quarter size fence variants, right? That is in that's on the list. Half railings. I assume half railings is like, because they call them, like when we got, it was called half vertical walls. So they're quarter walls, but it all started with half vertical walls. So I assume half railings mean half of the current size. So quarter-ish. I don't know if we'll get quarter railings, but we should get at least smaller ones. So I mean, if you said, if this was half, that would be a quarter, right? So yeah. Yeah. So in theory, I think we should get them. Chime in. Sounds good, man. Have a great rest of your night. Too many.
Didn't even need instructions.
Like too many options with these things. It's kind of interesting too. Makes me wish this was too wide too, but it looks fine. We'll branch out. Lurking and drawing sounds good, Joe. Taking a break from the enshrouded grind. I'm so happy I'm done with that. I thoroughly enjoyed the Enshrouded Winter build competition, but I'm very happy to be working on something else for a little while. Oh, it was such a grind. Dude, these things are crazy. I don't even know what's happening with these anymore. Like, like way too many options to mess with. They go this? Oh yeah, they will. So many options. Still do a little bit every day, but it's more landscaping right now. Are you still working? I guess you had some mega builds on that you were working on though, so. I'm gonna have to build out like each side of these floors different just to see all the different things we can make. Always digging, yeah. Welcome in, Lola. Oh, I hope you're doing good. What's up, Travis? Think your mustache fell off on the floor. Wait, there. That's Timber? Yeah, he's big old. Where am I pointing? As always, laying with his head against the frickin' closet door. Like a doofus. This dog. Never know what to do with him. Too many options. Getting so mad, I'm trying to farm ice splinters and half of each one breaks and falls through the world. Yeah. How did I do it? I did that. If you farm, if you chop the grass down as well, you get a couple. I think I chopped a lot of grass down to get some of the ones instead of going into the area itself. It's a cool floor pattern. Thank you. Still a lot to figure out, but it's coming together. I'm not totally sure which way I like currently. A lot going on. Is the furry locked in, or is he about to leave the room? He's locked in right now. He's stuck in here. This is how he earns his keep, because he does nothing and has the easiest life in the world. So he earns, as he's the logo for the channel and the reason a lot of that stuff exists. He is stuck in here. He is a part-time job. 3.5 hours 3 nights a week. He has a job. And it was all weird. My cat drags a cushion over the heater in my office every day, even in the summer. Yeah, I don't know. He also has an ostrich leg bone to chew on, but he's too good for that or something. Who knows? Yeah. I never know what to do with him. Lola, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Appreciate it. Hardest part is getting these to tie in the way I want them to. Oh yeah, the follower go. Let's go. 360 followers. Holy cow. It's crazy. They fixed the crash issues, or was it the Grathros issues? I don't think they fixed the crash. I haven't had as many crashes as I was having. Not that I was having a ton, but I was having, like, in a 4-hour session, like, 1 crash. So, it hasn't been too bad. But I haven't had any issues with stem or grass growth either. Everything seems to work fine for me. That one hasn't grown in a little while. But I'm trying to stop those ones, so I don't want these ones to grow back anyways. So if those never came back, that would be perfect. Want to pet that dog? He is a cute dog. I can bring him closer if people want to see him. He's a Bernese Mountain Dog. Timber, come here. Come here. Come here. There he is. He's a like 100-pound Bernese Mountain Dog. You're too high. Can you sit down? No one can see you. They can't see you. Come right here. There he is. Nope. Come here. Here, through the legs. Oh. Oh, for your... But similar, my wife's cousin actually has a miniature Australian Shepherd, and my brother had a Border Collie, and they have very similar color patterns. The mini Aussie actually looks exactly like him, but like 20 pounds. He's just massive. You call him Pony. Call you Pony? Sounds good. First time here, seen you on YouTube videos, and this floor design is making me want to tear down one of my great halls and do something like this. Welcome in, War Maidens. Hope you're doing good. Always excited for people that have found the channel through the content as well. Welcome. It's a really cool. There's so much potential. I don't even know what I like. We're just kind of like messing with ideas right now because there's like so many weird ways to mess with this. Like even this is cool too. There's so many options. I don't know what to do. I can't make up my mind. That looks really cool too. He is in great shape to be a mountain dog. Yeah, I keep him pretty thin. A lot of them are really fat though. They fixed the cactus flower issue. Nice. But that's always like a constant issue, it feels like. It's one of those things that it happened in the first game for a really long time too. So it was like Xbox seemed to have a worse time typically. It was always random. Certainly making me rethink some of my new floors. Cut out some of the lint use. Yeah, that's honestly the biggest hack of this whole thing is that this costs 1 burr instead of 2 lint for this. Like, these are so inexpensive. Like, mushroom bricks, easy. I'll farm mushroom all day. I think I farmed mushroom 1 time since I started this base. And we have maybe 2 times, and I have an entire chest of just mushroom. And then I have a second chest with, like, all this as well. Like, it's so much less expensive and looks way better too. It's a double win. Why is the stuffed mite wall mount the only one that's pinned to the wall? Because it's so little. Have him take over the live stream or set up his own channel. Honestly, I mean, part of the originally, my wife's too busy with our 2-year-old right now. Honestly, is part of the issue, but she wanted to start a channel. Or maybe not a full, like, channel, but she wanted to make an Instagram for him at some point. But she has not had the time. But yeah, that was part of it. I was like, well, you have a free following. Everyone on the stream already loves him. So it's like the easiest way to get a quick following on Instagram so you can have fun with it. But maybe when our 2-year-old isn't being such a 2-year-old, that will happen. How old? He is 5. He'll be like, I think he'll be 6 in July. Middle of July, he'll be 6. He was actually a wedding present. That's what my wife surprised me with on our wedding day. It was like a dual thing, but I wanted a Bernese Mountain Dog, but I was like, we can't afford one. We're having a wedding. Like, we can't afford a $2,000 dog right now. And she's like, bet. And we got a Bernese Mountain Dog. No complaints here. I'd wanted one for I did like years of research figuring out that was the dog I eventually wanted. And now I will never not have another one for the rest of my life. I will always have one of these in my household. I don't care if they don't live forever. They're too good of a dog breed to not keep getting. Gosh, dang it. I keep getting ahead of myself. Every time. They like to make it convenient for us at times. You blame the developers, right? You can build clay floors around them. It would be beautiful to easily walk around the growing plots. Yeah, if for people, it wasn't this Tuesday's stream, but if you go back to the VOD for the previous Tuesday's stream, we had someone build on the top of the food truck, and they had clipped all of these into the ground and the garden patches. It worked for both, but it looked, with lights, it looked so freaking good. It was so awesome. Dang it, it's gonna be impossible. Not great, but it works. Say good luck. My 5-year-old still acts like a 2-year-old. Yay, yay! Don't get me excited. You're crushing my hopes and dreams. It's a rough time. It's a rough time. 64 of those? Dang. Neighbor has a 3-legged cat named Tripod. That's hilarious. Heard really good things about the breed. Yeah, they're such a good breed. He's like the perfect amount of like lazy to my nerd gamer, but also is like totally down for a long hike at the same time. Like they're really good breeds. You have to the hard part is you have to find good breeders, because there's a lot of really bad breeders out there for this breed. Most people have issues with life expectancy because they go and they buy it from the crappy breeders that are just trying to make a bunch of money because of the breed. But if you do a good job finding the right breeder that is really smart, they have a lot better life expectancy. Just dang it. And less health issues. Make bases for you so I don't try and make growers clip through floors even though I could. Yeah. Everyone does their own thing, you know? I like my bases to be ridiculous and really functional at the same time. Too many ideas. Kind of like this circle pattern though. I want to stick with this some way.
You've gone soft these last 2 years. Prove me wrong.
And now he's snoring back there. I don't want to lie to you, my son's even worse since he has ADHD. I have ADHD, so my son's screwed too. And my wife has ADHD, so he's super screwed. The real changing point is 7 or 8 year olds. 7 or 8 years? Oh good, only 4 to go. I'm screwed. No. Yeah, my niece is 8 right now, and it feels like she's hit this like level of she's a girl, so she's just better than boys, but it went from it's gotten exponentially easier watching her over time. But man, seeing a young girl, you're like, oh, but these are not the same things. Boys are very different. Not like I didn't know that, but you really, really start to see it when you have your own. I just need to get him into sports so he burns more energy. He's not, the snoring was a bug. Yeah, he's literally back there snoring right now. He's good at collecting, right? Can we have an automatic treat dispenser for him? I know, the hard part is then he gets really fat. I've had a couple of people ask about like an option for that in chat so they could like feed him, but then everyone's just feeding him and then he gets fat really quick. He's always right on the edge. Like every time we bring him to the vet, they're like, he could lose a little weight. I'm like, he's like the smallest Bernese Mountain Dog in the universe. Like he's no other Bernese Mountain Dogs as small as him. But I have to be very careful with how much he eats. And he also gets fed by a 2-year-old constantly now too, so that also doesn't help. So then treats on top of it would make it'd become a problem really fast, is my only worry. As much as I would love to do it. Why? I even built this thing. Do like making things cool and making it huge, yeah. Main server for Grounded 2, I get referred to as Jeff Bezos of Grounded. You're in the same boat as me then? Yeah, right? It's just been Ducky asking. I mean, once one person wants it. Give someone an idea and they're all gonna jump on it. Boy is so much better. Girl at 8 is such a drama queen. It's a loss. That's also the hard part, is every kid is so different. But like my son compared to his cousin, like he's very calm compared to his cousin. So at the same time, it's like, but then you get the two of them together and they're both nightmares. And they like feed off of each other's energy and become absolute terrors. But then his sister, like, it's funny because my first niece is like an angel, And then her cousin, my other niece, is like one of the boys. She's like, her older brother is like, she is chaos on wheels. That kid goes. He has zero fear. It is absolutely crazy. She puts the boys to shame. She's the first one to jump off. She'll be the first one to jump off the cliff while the boys are questioning it. That's gonna be an interesting one. I grew up with a couple friends that were girls like that, and they always seemed very fun as a parent. You expect a boy to hurt themselves all the time. But she's way tougher than the boys are too, which is also really funny. You're getting whacked with a hardtail. Fun times. Yeah, we're deep in the thoughts of, do we want a second kid?
A fine piece of handiwork.
Seems like a
Mr.
really
Smalls.
poor life decision right now. But the longer you wait, the longer you have to have another 2-year-old. And a kid that's just getting older. So it's like, do you get it over with or move on with our lives? Say it's not for us. Connect these together more. Clunky. So many things you can do. This is so crazy. Too much. You can go overboard. You forgot to even have a dog? He's here every Wednesday and Thursday at least. That's my boy. Joe, how dare you? Remember my parents said you ain't leaving the table till your veggies are done, so I fed it to my chocolate lab. I grew up with a chocolate lab, funny enough. And we had like one of those dispensers where you pushed the button and the food came down, and as a 2 or 3-year-old, I taught the chocolate lab how to use it, and boy did that was a fat dog. It was a real fat dog. Gave it free access to its food whenever it wanted. Not a good way to do it. With chocolate labs too. Things will eat forever if you let them. There's like too many options to do with this. I cannot decide. It just looks so cool. Every single thing looks cool. Whacking with the tail turn into wrestling in a biting session. Yeah. Our husky's such a pain. That's the funniest part. He walks by our 2-year-old and just absolutely takes him out with his tail. But the dog gets constantly beat up by the kids, so at the same time it's fair. But our 2-year-old, or almost 3-year-old, is at absolute tail smacking height right now, and so he's at like the worst possible age for it. He just gets beat. 2 monkeys jumping on the bed, one falls off and bumps his head. Yeah, right. Basic is so basic though. This is like just enough. I don't know if the circles were like a little enough. It was tough, but it gets a little crowded right here is the only issue. It's more so figuring out how I want to connect, because this looks really nice. I like that this is just like a central piece going down, and I have no problem, because these stairs are probably going to open up to 2 wide doors. And I made this, I guess we're stuck with it now, because I made this a central piece here and didn't put a centerpiece here. So we kind of have to make this double wide to have it centered the way I want it to be. But it's so many options. You're indifferent to animals. They're like furniture that acquires food to me. Yeah, he is. This dog is literally, he might as well be a throw pillow. He spends most of his time sitting on the couch with his arm up on the edge, like sitting like a human being, doing literally nothing. He's such a lazy bum. It's hilarious. But I mean, if I had nothing else to do, I would be much lazier as well. I can't blame him. I created the monster. His little parents had a shepherd chow mix. He'd like to walk beside me and knock me down with his shoulder. Kind of like too much here. Not bad. At least it keeps kind of the half circle thing going, but I like that this fills out a little bit more. I don't want too much mushroom flooring showing, just enough. Yeah, I like the center the way it is as well. I think this is my favorite way of doing it. It also like, it's like just enough repetition of this pattern to keep it going. But this looks pretty nice. Kicks you in the nuts whenever you get home from school. That's what my 2-year-old does. I swear they have homing fists that go directly to your privates. Cons every time. Homing feet. Every single time. Get the, don't forget the lights. Don't forget the lights. At least in the center ones. Outside ones, no problem. Worst part about a Bernese Mountain Dog is the hair, though. Not as bad as a Husky, though. But still a lot of hair. Never-ending nightmare of cleaning hair in our house. Pretty much a balanced part of my diet now. May I suggest building a storage for the treasure? What do you mean treasure? I'm always up for suggestions, but... Like a storage room? Or what treasure? Now we got all this gonna process. I forgot. I had other stuff in my inventory. Oops.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
Oh yeah, we'll have a massive storage room. It's not going to be on the bottom floor. This is going to be like more of an open area. So I have to get this floor. I mean, we'll start building up, of course. But I'm going to get this like first or second level kind of figured out, because this is going to be like a 2-floor atrium type space that I have designed out in my head. So once we get this a little bit more laid out, and I kind of figure out how I want these like stairs to go out the sides and stuff, then we'll get some stairs built up. We'll figure out the rough height of this whole thing, and then I'm gonna have a big, massive
that hit the spot.
storage chest crafting room. It's probably gonna be like a double height storage crafting space room on top of this double height storage crafting room. Yeah, YouTube is always, it has like an automatic delay built into it for some reason too. Why have 2 kids when you could have Timber and Timber Jr.? Life would be a lot easier, I'm telling you. It's a serious question I ask myself daily. Literally every day. I go, wow, the dogs, they're a lot easier. I could have 10 dogs, and they'd be a lot easier than 1 child. The wrong type of dog that's untrained would not be, but... Don't do it, you have 3? Yeah, my aunt and uncle, I grew up, they had like 5 or 6 rescues at any given time. It was hilarious. Their house was just filled with dogs. But compared to 2 kids, it's a lot easier. Hard, tough decision. I'm not saying I don't have the space for more than 1 Bernese Mountain Dog right now, but eventually. Ten Huskies. They would be loud and obnoxious. At least Timber's really quiet. He doesn't really make a whole lot of noise unless he's like someone knocks on the door specifically, but he doesn't really bark or whine or anything. There's like the constant ooh of Huskies would be 10. That'd be too many with Huskies. Although it's hilarious, 10 of them would be a nightmare. Huskies are known for being high maintenance. Yeah, I will say Bernese Mountain Dogs are pretty low maintenance. He's very easy. You take him on a walk and you get a mile in and he's tired, so it's like, it's pretty easy. I wouldn't do 10 of any other dogs. Or like little dogs, I wouldn't do little dogs anymore either. We have a miniature poodle Cavalier King Charles Spaniel mix as well. Which, he's an adorable, cute dog, but I don't need small dogs again. He has too many health issues. Door there, so we could go 1 more level out. Kind of gets funky. Spacing is not perfect here. So this would look like this, right? Might be a perfect spot to like end this. Have it die right at the wall. And then we build out. Dog I just had a wrestling match with isn't even 2 yet. She's an American Bulldog Husky. Ooh, that's a lot of dog too. We have a 2-year-old purebred pit bull, No, 5 to 7-year-old pit bull boxer mix. Ooh, boxers. Oof. I had a friend that has a boxer, and I'm like, that dog. I guess they're not all like that, but dude, that dog is like exhausting. High energy, huge need. Like the separation anxiety of that dog is hilarious. They're really cute, but ooh, I just like my lazy dogs. I love my big fat lazy dog. Just enough. He does just enough to be really fun and entertaining, and not too much that he's exhausting all the time. Chat is not coming through my end, only on the screen. Interesting. Oh, Master, yesterday YouTube randomly signed me out of all my devices. A few hours later, I'm signed back in. There is a lot of people on Twitch as well. I stream on Twitch and YouTube. So that might be why you're seeing the chats separately. Just a forewarning. That's why I have the chat on screen, is so people on both platforms can see all the chats happening, so you don't think I'm just talking to a bunch of people you don't see. Might be the issue you're seeing. There's vastly more people chatting on Twitch right now. How is Ducky Chat showing on the game screen but not on YouTube chat? Yeah, he's on Twitch. Yep. I live stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That's how that works. Yeah, that's enough. This looks good. This is a cool design. He's your calm fat one? Oh, that's hilarious. And just like people, all dogs are different. That limp back. Ducky is usually in both chats though, just in case. You have a special need cats, 2 ferrets, and a hamster. I don't know if I could do the, I think I'm just dogs now. Grew up, my brother had a chinchilla growing up. I would never get a cat again, but that's because I don't have very good luck with cats. The cat I had growing up was the spawn of Satan. That was the meanest, most horrible cat in the world. I hated that cat. It hated everyone. But then, like, my wife is, like, the best at picking. She's so good at picking animals. She just, like, somehow, she has a seventh sense. Just knows what's going to be a good animal. Like, she picked out the Bernese Mountain Dog Timber that we have now. And, like, the best dog I've ever had. Dude, there's so many designs you can do with these things. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm having way too much fun doing this.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
There's like so many interesting shapes you can make with this. Like just the inverted of what we already did, but also looks really cool. So many cool things. I have to like swap them and do one, then the other, then one, then the other. 7 dogs, a goat, and a cat. Holy cow. 7 dogs. That's good, Mastermind. I had 2 guinea pigs, but one died from too much sunlight. Oh, that's horrible. The other died because it choked, dude. My wife had rats growing up. I'm like, I think I'm good. I don't know if I need that in my life. She had every animal under the sun though, and then magically Every time, for some reason, the neighbors ended up with a new animal. Like, oh, the neighbors have turtles now. What happened to our turtles, Dad? Oh, crap. No! Run! Almost got raided. Whew. Don't choose our dogs. We have them, they choose us. Yeah. Wagon. Leave me alone. Leg. Oh no. No. We crashed. Dang it. You had 2 dogs, 3 cats, 2 rats, and a fish tank. Holy cow. 4 horses? Oh yeah, you must have lived on a farm. Holy cow. You think Grounded 2 will fully release on Switch? I don't know if it'd be full release, but we'll see. It probably wouldn't be on Switch. If anything, it'd be on Switch 2. But the first game did come out on Switch, so it's possible. I'm not sure if the hardware will be able to handle it or not when they get to the end of it. It'll be a big game. The guy that we bought the guinea pigs from said they would live 10 to 20 years, and they died in 2. I mean, they're a rodent type animal, so you never know. Just have turtles. They're very stinky. Wait till your neighbor has a pet monkey. Oh, jeez. You competed horses till you're 18? My wife would love that. Eventually, she'd love to have land that we could own a horse or 2. Do I like the fire staff more or the sour staff? I like that I can use all of them now, honestly. Perfect, yeah. We'll undo everything we just did. Oh my gosh. Rude. Right, that wasn't that long, but still. Yeah, the fact that you can use both, like, I use whatever one is going to be best against the enemy I'm fighting. So I'll use the frost staff against the enemies that have a frost attack, like are weak against frost. I'm going to use the sour against, like, I use the sour against anything that doesn't have another weakness that I have something for. So I like being able to use anything. But yeah, kind of whatever's best fit. You miss it? Yeah, it'd be really fun. My parents, some of my parents' really good friends that just live down the street from their house, they have, so I'm only like 10 minutes from my parents' house as well. So they have like 4 horses right now and a bunch of cows and stuff. So I get the experience of, I get to go see horses and hang out with horses whenever I want, but I don't have to have the expense of like owning one, which is nice. It's a good way to do it. Alright, note to self, save before the raid. Run further away from my base too. So I immediately just start building again without paying attention. Let's just go get safe. Yeah, they're super expensive for sure. You didn't know the frost one existed? Yeah, that's my favorite part currently about the mage build, is it just works with all the candy types. Of course, we'll see what happens if we get assault weapon or anything, but as of right now, like, having multiple damage types is what's the best. 2 kids, that's plenty? Yeah, I don't doubt it. No one uses it? It's really good. I mean, I'm not going to say it's better, but when you're fighting like a grasshopper that's weak against it, it is good. Are you maxed out on your gear? Yeah, everything's fully upgraded. Level 5, everything. And then I have the stranger weapons as well. We actually figured out from someone in the chat, so we were talking about how bad the effect the finale warmth is, but the heat wave actually has more critical hit chance than the standard spicy weapon. So it actually is a lot better than the standard one. The sour effect is a better option. Yeah, rock. Yep. Sorry, my brain is distracted. That also did not save. Keep leaping. Ow. Stop throwing rocks and fight me like a man. Stay right there and don't do anything. Nerds. Give me some gold cards, dang it.
Great. That's what I wanted.
Cricket, is that, what did I say? The crickets are weak against frost, so like it's good against them. The freezing, when you have like high health enemies too, the freezing thing, like having that break, is actually does quite a bit of damage. Yeah, the mage build with the scale bale is also really good. I'm not even using that. Like that's how much damage we're doing without the extra flat damage, which is crazy. Right where your bridge is? Oh yeah. What happened to your acid staff, Slumber? Any kid in this game would have a bright future in pest control, right? Definitely gets you over your fear of bugs.
Didn't even need instructions.
All my light stuff back. Sleep. Ant Queen one from the first game. Oh yeah, I didn't feel like that one was very good. It is just me. Just felt weak. Oh great, I'm gonna have cockroaches living in my floor forever now. I didn't think about that.
That hit the spot.
Oh, grasshopper? Yeah. Cricket, grasshopper. Brain was saying one thing. Was thinking that, though. It was a weird jump from the earwig. I don't know what it was doing. Yeah, the flooring is gonna look awesome at night, especially when it's all closed in and stuff. Just get better and better. Stick bugs? Oh. Cockroaches, man. Scurrying's gonna drive me insane. Leave my base forever. Has any more lint spawned? We got that, so this will spawn for. Stick bug meme? Don't even know what it is. This is another version of Bug Life, very similar. Yeah, they made it so those stupid freaking cockroaches have a chance of spawning when you sleep. How rude. I thought Obsidian loved us, but that's not love. That's torture. Especially if they're gonna spawn underneath my floor and I'm not gonna be able to stop it. Hopefully once I get it finished it won't do that, but it'll be hard to tell. Can you do me a huge favor to just one of those lights on the mushroom pillar? Yeah, what's up? What are you thinking? I'll look it up after stream. What's up, Grim? By the way, didn't even realize that was you at first. Like a reddish. You can definitely do it with any color. I just always like the white. It tends to have like the largest radius of light. But it looks very similar with any other light color. Yeah, there's so many options you can do with it, though. It's all kind of preference. I always like the clean look of just the white light. Especially once all the details in my builds get added in. It's nice to have a little bit more calm. I tend to add a lot of lighting to my builds as well, so... Too much color gets a little bit visually overwhelming at times. No problem, happy to help. Whoa, Ducky. You did it. Feel free to ping velocity. Added to the list. Thank you, Laced War. Thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it. For people who are curious, there's a couple different master builder things, so it kind of depends on what you want to do. But on Twitch, if you hit 50,000 points, you become a master builder, as well as anyone who subs to the channel. There's a couple different tiers as well. People who sub to the channel at any point, eventually, we got a long ways to go, but I make a subscribers haul in my builds. So once we get into that will probably be a level in this whole thing too. Bug him once or he'll never do it for you. Don't mess with him, Ducky. You will regret it. He's not one who's gonna take your crap. I can promise you that. He will make it his life's vendetta to not add you to the list if you bug him too much. Just do it once and let him do his thing. You will regret messing with him. He doesn't take any crap. I have no clue how he's at it or he's done yet, so I have to get with him. But no, I'll let him know. Don't worry. I told him you were gonna get it really soon. I just told him he hadn't had it yet. But yeah, so people who sub to the channel, people who become a master builder is essentially the level of like sub for people who do not want to pay for a sub as well to be able to get into the hall at the same time. I'll get to it, Ducky, don't worry. Sounds good, Rock Me. Have a great rest of your night, man. I never said I was gonna build you an airship. I don't know where you're getting that. I said if we end up doing the community, if we end up doing the world where we make a resource world sort of thing for people to start out with, that I might let people build at a certain level, build in their own little like shopping area sort of type of thing. I'd say I was gonna build it for you. Goob. A bird. But yeah, so that is one way to get essentially the level of master builder on the channel. But just a way for people that can't pay for a sub, like to still be able to support the channel and still get their stuff, their username and stuff put on a chest in our subscriber hall when we get to there. So I keep a list of the master builders.
Didn't even need instructions.
It's a way to allow other people to do it as well. Like we add. Keep a list of all of this, honestly. One second. Need to do a better job of keeping a running list of all the subs so everyone eventually gets added. Love how you're taking the central design you made and creating different patterns with each direction you branch from it, but it all blends together because of the center star. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it's churning out. Sometimes it doesn't always work, you know. A lot of trial and error. Be scared to have you rate my base with your design skills. Oh, don't worry about it. I promise. It is. The way we do the base tours is it's all about helping people. So I'm definitely not critical of the builds. My whole goal is to help people build and design more interesting and better bases for themselves. And so I'm very nice to everyone. By no means am I like, I wouldn't really call it rating. It's more of a grading system that helps people know where they're doing a really, really good job and where they could improve different things, and sort of how you could take certain ideas and just bump a design up to the next level. But it's pretty laid back. It was also just something fun to add to the videos as well. It's so hot in Australia. In Australia, it was 30 degrees today where I live. It's cold. And that's Fahrenheit. And that's not even that cold. It's been a really warm winter here. Yeah, anyone that is not part of the Discord as well, we have a really, really cool community of builders in there, and you can, if you don't want to do a full-on base review for Tuesdays, you can absolutely just post your base in there, show it off, get some tips and tricks from some other really good builders in the community, get ideas, share concepts with each other. It's a really, really great group of people we got in there. Welcome to the dark side. Yeah, it's a good place to be. About to say, how is it 8:05 and all of a sudden it's 10:30? And it was the in-game time, right? Time flies when you're having fun, though, you know? It's finally just calmed down. Or they make the game clock almost identical to the Xbox clock. They just want to mess with you. That's how they get you. All of a sudden, you're just hours are gone. You have no clue. Keeps you playing. We go this far, but I guess we might as well. Don't hurt anything. Dude, it's snoring. It is already 10:13 here, though. Time flies. It really does. Back. 10:14 here. I don't know what you're looking at. Yeah, 10:14 at night. I'm Pacific Coast. Or sorry, West Coast. Pacific Standard Time. $114, holy cow. It's always funny, like the mod that was in here earlier, Velocity, is from Sweden. So he's in like European time. So it's like when he's in, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes. I'm like, holy cow. Hence the reason he's never really here. Can't blame him though. Crazy. Okay, well, it took the whole stream, but we got the main floor done. Yeah, Central would be nice. The worst part about the West Coast is the time zone for everyone, for me. Is the worst possible time. We still get a lot of people viewing the stream and stuff, but it's always just the worst. Should not be awake. I don't think you should be either. I'm amazed. I usually finish between 10:30 and 11, and I'm like out. I'm ready to churn out for the night. Could be a little difficult, like turning my brain off from streaming stuff every once in a while, but for the most part, fighting it. We will be streaming on Friday this week as well. Normally I stream tomorrow. My normal days are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but we're going to be streaming this Friday instead of tomorrow. So, the late people that stay up late and stuff can stay up on a Friday instead of a middle of the week. 2 a.m. is normal bedtime for you? Holy cow. I did that before I had a child, actually. That was very common for me, but now that I have a kid, I gotta be ready to work at 8, and I have to have a kid ready, and he's awake at 6, 5, sometimes 7. Never know what you're gonna get. So every time I stay up past 12:30, I regret it. He's been working 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Ooh. You sleep like absolute crap when he's on this shift. That's the worst. Night shifts are tough. Glad we could be some entertainment, though. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I'm really trying to decide. The bounce web elevators are really tempting. Instead of stairs off the side. That might be what we do. Might have to go that route. I think we can jump up. Dang it. I think next stream we're gonna have to build bounce web elevators because I can't currently get onto my base without my buggy.
Put your feet up, bud.
Makes life a little
You
difficult.
earned it.
7 a.m. Friday starts his 4-day weekend, and he starts his 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. shifts for the week. Yeah, that'll be nice. Almost 12-year-old makes me coffee, and they are homeschooled, so time doesn't mean much. Oh, that sounds so nice. I can't get enough coffee these days. Caffeine in any form. The vampire accepting new recruits for those who want to sleep, right? I like my sleep too much. Don't deposit. I keep doing that on accident. Alright, so I'll figure out a game plan for the entrance tomorrow. While I'm not streaming. We'll figure out a game plan for these corner details. Start building up walls and stuff so we can start figuring out the whole layout of this thing. So I think roughly we're going to work with like a pretty square design on the inside of this whole thing, but the outside is going to have a lot of like depth and layering built outwards from it, kind of in tiers. So, but the overall kind of main center shaft of the entire tower is going to be sort of a square, and then the outside details are going to be added from there. But we got a lot of work to do to figure out this as well. I think this is all going to have to get bigger. This is going to be a bigger entrance, I think, as well. I might have to go like up to here for the main door. Make it like a really cool big door and entry door. It would be kind of fun. And then it'll have sort of like a wall. There's so many ideas in my head right now. It's hard to like picture how I want to do all of it. Okay, just place things everywhere but what I'm trying. Cool, cool, cool. Floor turned out nice? Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Lots more detail for everything to come, but it's a good start. Hard part's always deciding like how much I want to add and not. So if like a big entry hall sort of thing that then opens up Then, like, I don't know, some staircases. Can't decide if we're gonna have a big bounce web elevator going straight up the center of it, which would be kind of cool. But I do want some staircases in these, like, 2-story levels. Then we got to figure out kind of how we're integrating this all into the inside as well. And that's going to be an interesting little build challenge. Still waiting for the bumblebee so we can go flying. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. I hope we get a cricket. Is one I would be really excited about. Flying would be fun, but it would very quickly break a lot of the interesting things that I'm enjoying. Eyes are tweaking out from drawing too many lines. Dude, I've been there. That was like architecture school. Just staring at a page for hours and hours and hours while doing hand drawings and stuff. When we had to do... I did a lot of digital stuff, but there was a lot of time where we had to do hand-drawn floor plans and stuff, and you're just like, especially early on in my architecture degree, we weren't allowed to use very much of the digital stuff. And so we did a lot of drawing classes and like architectural drawing type classes, and oh man. Before finals and stuff, my brain would be fried from staring at stuff. Dang it. Click the right thing. Build a fireplace right there. Right where? Sorry. Walking up on the castle with a bonfire walkway. That could be interesting. Be some type of epic entry with, like, I don't know, some shelving type things or something. Hard to tell if it's going to be how wide it's going to be. Might be more like this. Could even have multiple layers and stuff. The crazy thing, the hard part is like how much I'm gonna control myself, because this build is gonna be really easy to build off grid, so we could do some really fun stuff down on the floor levels and stuff. It's gonna take me a little while to wrap my head back around grounded building since I've been playing so much Enshrouded, but as we get going, the ideas will start flowing more and more. They'll be flowing quick. Flying with stamina recovery balances things out. Yeah, you'd have to have some level of stamina with it. It just makes the immersion into being small scaled really weird. Imagine if the frog just hit you. The more I draw, the more I move away from digital stuff. Yeah. You kind of had no choice in architecture school. You could do some hand drawing, but at the end of the day, the digital stuff was just faster, and that's what you do at an actual architecture firm. Which is like, as much as a teacher wanted you to do hand drawing stuff in school because they liked the process of it, it was like at a certain point, you had to learn the things that were going to get you a job, not what was going to get you no difference in a grade. Like, that was always the struggle, is the teachers loved that concept, but it didn't get you a better grade. If it turned out as good as someone's digital thing, like they just were impressed. But everyone got the same grade if you did all the work, so it was like 10 times as much time to do it, which becomes kind of a waste. I feel like this lint should be spawning.
Hey, Will Drive. Let's go.
Same with concept art. Unless you are crazy fast, you have to use digital. Yeah. As much as I wanted to do hand-drawn stuff, like, it looks really cool. It's very satisfying. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's not how firms,
Buggy gotta work on their cardio.
Designers and stuff do that kind of work anymore, so. Now it means nothing. I wish I had more time mentally to draw and get better at hand drawing things. It would really help with, like, the designs of how I build. If I could do better, like, intricate type sketch work. But I've gotten so bad at it. I can't make a concept drawing to save my life anymore. Like, it burned me out so much drawing as much as I did in school that I just was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Go over there.
Put your feet up, bud. You earned it.
And drawing is all I do. I do watercolors, acrylics, and pencils. That's awesome. For me, the struggle right now is like, I'm always trying to do, I'm learning so much about like content creation and all of that design and stuff that it's like,
Just looking, I promise.
it feels like anytime I'm not spending learning new things for what I'm trying to do in this is always difficult. It'd be really cool to make videos with like hand-drawn stuff. But again, it takes so much time and effort to do it when I'm trying to like stream and take care of my kid and have a wife, and I'm like, I never can find time to do all of it and get good enough that I could use drawings in my videos the way I would want to. Be cool though. Spent a lot of time in creative planning my builds for my survival mode. Yeah, I'm like, it's just funny as an architect, but I kind of like concept design as I'm going, and they just kind of come together. It's always how I've enjoyed building. Just kind of let it free form. However it ends up is how it ends up. My lint. Guy came to my class and had us give him a design idea. I was an armor guy riding a bear that breathed fire. 10 ideas and then picked and finished it in 30 minutes. That's so cool. That'd be so freaking cool to be able to do. Maybe one day. I'll have enough time to put into it to get to where I want to, but these days are not the days, it seems. If I tried to sit down and draw something right now with an almost 3-year-old, it would just end up as a wad of paper every time. They'd have no chance. Oh, dang it. Don't fall. Please don't fall. There's the last one. Never remember where these are. One more. Where the heck is it? This one? No, that's the one we got. It's higher, isn't it? No. Looked away at the worst time. Like having a plan most of the time, I just wing it, but watching some of your YouTube ratings has given me ideas, and I'm trying to figure out how they built them without wasting materials or ideas. I go to also trying to figure out how to build them without wasting materials. Yeah, definitely. Yes, I tend to use like a lot of precedent images from like my architectural background is a big part of kind of how I figure out my things. So I'm always visually looking at ideas of like how I want to lay something out and design it, but I never have like a full plan necessarily. It always kind of just comes together. But trying to plan in a game that like isn't a real world building game is always a little bit more difficult. So I find looking up images and having an idea for what I could build is always an interesting way of doing it. So I have a rough plan typically. But it's typically like, I want the door to roughly look like this, and I want the entrance to look like this, and the shape of the build to look like that. But then it's always, what I enjoy is like more so the experimentation side of the whole thing. Where I kind of test the ideas out live as well. It also works out really well because I can sort of explain my process and my thoughts as I'm working through ideas as well, which I think people also kind of enjoy. It's part of the way I make content. There it is. No! You son of a gun. Hate you, Chip. He's the worst.
Just looking, I promise.
Where'd all that lint fall? Over there.
Eight-wheel drive. Let's go.
I was 100% pressing forward, too. Oh, there it went. Come here. My lint. That one. Aha. Every lint counts. I'm gonna need to build like a super highway up to this thing eventually. I just really don't want to. I spent so much time in the first game building out like capture areas for all the resources, so everything just was like super efficient to collect, but I've not had the mental energy to want to do it recently. It's always a struggle. Typically ends up being worth the effort, but it's such a pain sometimes. But it'd be a lot easier navigating through this whole maze of crap, too. Half the battle is just getting up and down this stupid scarecrow. And not doing that over and over again. Why they had to put my most needed resource in the most annoying spots. Beyond me. No. Where'd it go? Totally forgot I hadn't shared any art in a while. Enshrouded ate up a lot of my brain power. Yeah, man, I know. Alright, get out of here.
Just looking, I promise.
Alright. Did we miss any others? Where would that be? You could like zoom out a little bit or something. That one must be like stuck inside. One of my friends stole your kitchen idea. We like sharing ideas around here, you know? That's how we always think about it. Creative problem solving together. I mean, we only missed one, right? Could be worse.
Woo! My heart is pumping. Ah, that hit the spot.
We do have a resident troll on the channel that
Come
always
on,
likes
keep
complaining that everyone uses ideas as if it's like the worst thing in the universe to use ideas from
you're too
single
damn
player
cold for
worlds
riding out here.
in their own builds. I'm like, what's the point of having friends in a community if you can't help each other get better ideas and use them, and then we all improve upon each one of them and everyone gets better? If I put quotations, yeah, exactly. They said they stole it. Yeah, I'm a firm believer of like everyone gets better because by helping each other, and we all get better ideas from helping each other. Plus, it's not like we're building for a competition or anything, too, you know? It's one thing to, like, take an idea when you're doing a competitive type thing, but even those, like, there's limitations on everything in every game. Friends aren't supposed to beat each other into the dirt. Think you'd like his current build he's doing? He's amazing. Yeah, have him join the Discord for sure. Then we always love more builders.
Would rather be on top than below this one. Catch you on the flip side, player.
I need more chests. Running out of space. Wait, friends aren't supposed to beat each other up? That's all me and my friends do. I deserve ice cream? Seriously, I do too. Yeah, fort looks good. We're definitely gonna be doing bounce web elevators tomorrow, or Friday, sorry. I might build one of them off stream tomorrow if I have time, just to get it going. Test the idea out. Could be a little interesting. I don't have quite as much space as I may want. Be easier on this side. I lost friends due to beating them in horse shows. That's funny. Like what? Someone's gotta win. It's a competition, right? That'd be like being frustrated that one of my best friend, he's like my brother, is better at soccer than me. I'm like, yeah, he's just better. Like, he made it on varsity our junior year, and I made JV2, JV1. And I swung up and played in a lot of games, but like he was insane. He ended up playing in college too. I didn't play in college. I wanted to do architecture and different things. Can't hate for someone for winning. Just means you gotta work harder. Worst part was it was on their horse. That's funny. Some people are just good, you know? That's what it is. Oh, I have this place. It's a half one, that's why that's being weird. Sucks for them. It's alright, I in high school dated my wife's best friend. And my current wife's, at the time, best friend. And we broke up, I don't know, after 6 months or so. Not even 6 months, I don't even know. Wasn't that long. And I ended up dating my wife after college. So like a long way down the road. Was not something like anywhere near the two periods. It was years later, and my wife's best friend stopped being her friend because of it. Like, how petty. Like our relationship didn't work out because she was crazy. certifiably insane. It's just like, and then she proved it by not being my wife's friend, and then she got married like a year and a half later. Like, like what is wrong with you? Dodged a bullet. When I first started, women are petty. She was very petty. But when I first started showing and didn't have a horse, my friend let me compete in some classes on her horse, and I was getting first places while she was competing. She was getting fourth to sixth. I'd be like, dude, that's so awesome. I'm so glad I could get my friend to do the thing that I love. Like, that's what I always think is so funny, is like, guys are like, I don't care. Like, my goal here is I don't care if someone has a better build than me. I want more people to build with me. So, like, how cool would it be to get to go to competitions with your best friend? Like, that's a win. And then you both make each other better at it at the end of the day. Like, it sucks, but it's like, you take it as a challenge, right? Like, you both get better because of it. You make her better, she'll make you better. That's the goal. But, like, what a missed opportunity in life to, like, lose a friend over pettiness when you could be, like, doing something so cool instead. It's very rare that you get to find a friend like that like, thoroughly enjoys something you love. Like, all my best friends were, like, my soccer friend guys. And we all made each other better for it. So sad. I mean, I can get the, like, dating thing a little bit more, but sad to lose a friend over something like that. That should be something that brings you together more so. Give me that lint back. When I got my own horse and kept beating her, she started hating me, wouldn't talk to me, and would make snide comments about my horse behind my back. Who talks crap about a horse? Oh, it's so funny. Comical. I was really hoping I could, like, put this inside here. It's a really interesting detail I'm kind of obsessed with right now. Jump.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
Interesting. Because my horse was double registered and fancy while her horse was a rescue. I mean, you were winning on it though, so like, you know. That's the funny part, is it's like you can talk crap about the horse all you want, but like you were still winning with her horse. So it's, seems like, yeah, I mean, a horse is great, but the best horse in the world is like best horse in the world. A couple $1 million horse is not going to look any good on me. It needs a good rider. I had comments where she needs a fancy horse and a rescue horse isn't good enough for her. You're like, I think technically it was good enough for both. Like, that's the funny part. People, whatever they have to do to justify, you know. It's never about like getting better. So it's like, well, how can I complain about this thing to make myself feel better? Why do these ones work and those don't? These aren't, these are supported the same way. I don't know. It's alright, my whole architecture class hated me in the beginning because they thought I was, I can be a very sarcastic person. And so they found me very intimidating because I had worked at an architecture firm for a long time because my dad was an architect, so I had a huge leg up in architecture school. And they all like couldn't stand me because I was one of the better people in class. Until they got to know me, and then they were like, "Whoa, we thought you were such a douche." I'm like, "Well, yeah, you probably should have like talked to me first. Because I'm good at something doesn't mean I'm like mean." doing anymore. Losing it. Told Joe his art looks like Still Wakes the Deep. Interesting. Never heard of it. His art's insane, that's for sure. That's one thing I know, it's nuts. They're so weird. The way these interact is so weird. There's way too many fun things to do. Yeah, I'll give it to you in a little, dude. All good. Game sounds scary, right? So many things you can do with these. Can't even. What is this? Homemade cactus? Huh? Oh, I have no clue.
Just looking.
I don't know, man. I accidentally placed these like this earlier, and I was like, this is a really interesting detail. Like, I could picture it. You could just start like hanging lights off of it and stuff. I don't know. I see some like weird chandelier in my future. Sometimes it just takes sitting here doing really weird, obscure things to find out like cool details. I don't know. You never know. You never know what you're gonna find when you mess around with this stuff. This is a really new build piece to the game, so it's not something we've ever really had before. So it opens up a lot of weird, very weird and obscure opportunities that you don't really know until you mess with them, right? Pillar design, timber is missing with, could be used for helicopters. True, they could. They could. Airship stuff, yeah. I foresee some massive chandelier in this space. I guess it wouldn't be massive. It'll probably be this tall for the first two stories, but some airships could use helicopters. It's possible. Don't knock it till you try it. You never know. You could definitely make some cool helicopter type shapes with this though. But yeah, like the punching bags, yeah, it does look like that too. I don't know what a fast bag, something like that. I know what you're talking about though. Watching someone that's really good at that is insane. It looks so easy, but it's really not. It's really, really difficult. So many ideas. I have so many ideas in my head right now. I don't even know what to do. Sorry, one. All right. I'm at a good stopping spot right now, so I'm gonna call it here for the night. It's almost 11 anyways. We finished the floor. I'm gonna figure out some things in my head. I got some things to think about tomorrow, which will be perfect. Having the stream off. So I will be back Friday. I'll get you the roll. Don't worry, Tim. Ducky. Calm down. Calm down. I will be back this Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be continuing work on this. We'll probably start working on some of the walls and stuff, some of the interior floor and design and stuff. I'm going to clear all this stuff out of my way as well. Give myself a little bit more of a blank slate to work with. We got a mess going on here with all the floors in my way. But I appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. Thank you for sharing the Discord there as well, Ducky. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great day tomorrow, a great day evening, rest of their evening, and again, back on Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will catch you guys on the next one, and talk to you later. Peace.